Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN on 94.5 ESPN, the Wisconsin On Demand app, and streaming live at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
It is a great day to be alive and outside on this Friday at Tsunami Express Car Wash across ESPN Wisconsin. My name is Ben Brust alongside Packer backer Kyle Wallace and Super Bowl 50 runner-up Brad Nortman. What's going on, boys?
Oh, it feels lovely to be outside live from Tsunami Express on Fond du Lac and Capitol here in the faux. I feel great, man.
I was wondering to myself, to our great listeners in 100.5 ESPN Madison, 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam, do you think there's an intersection of Capitol and Fond du Lac?
Fond du Lac.
Fond du Lac. It's Fond du Lac.
I know. I was joking.
It is so good to be here, though. I mean, Tsunami Express is making us feel like home, right? I mean, they've already gave us these sweet shades. I'm wearing my Tsunami Express shades. And Kyle and I went through the car wash before even getting on air.
A bunch of little kids.
I feel like a kid again. It's so wonderful.
It was so good. I mean, it literally takes you back to being a kid.
Kyle's in the front seat, and he's like, hey, Brad, are they going to spray the soap now?
Here come the suds, Kyle.
Yeah, for real, the suds came. They for sure came. And
did you get the... Oh, of course.
You got it. You get the...
We got it on there, and I always felt like I was going through like an underwater sea excursion. That's what I figured out when I was a kid. And when you had like the big thing that's like octopus, that's sort of like tentacles all over you, man, it just takes me back. And there's nothing better, especially on a beautiful summer day like this, than drive around a fresh, clean car from Tsunami Express.
Well, it's popping, and we'll tell you why. Free car washes at a $22 value, valid through September 1st. A $5 monthly membership, valid through September 1st. And an added bonus, you will receive Tsunami swag upon signing up. Stop by, free snacks and refreshments by the tent, free vacuums, free tire air, and state-of-the-art technology here at Tsunami Express. It's Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. 800-990-3776. We're on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. As we turn the corner to actual football season, right? There is some college football tomorrow. Our very own Jen Latta of the morning show on 94.5 ESPN is in Ireland covering some stories there as we're kicking off the season. But it takes me back to a punishment, and we as a company and ESPN Wisconsin notoriously do a horrible job of trying to complete punishments. Now, Kyle, you are a part of this one because you are the producer of Sunday Karma.
I sure am.
That is from 10 to noon, Wisconsin, with Craig Karmazin. He lost the Cover 5 football challenge, and he has to be at a diner for 24 hours, and for every pancake or waffle that he eats, we'll be taking off more time. And I think Brad had a moment this morning of feeling bad for the CEO, Craig Karmazin, which I do not feel bad for.
You know, I do feel a little bit bad for him because it was almost this time last year that we all joined Sunday Karma, and we talked about having this punishment. And this was already a semi-well-known punishment if you were to lose a fantasy football league or a bet. And I brought it to the air, and we ran with it. And I'm not going to lie, hand in the air, on all honesty, I wanted to submit a punishment that if I lost, I'd be okay with doing.
Oh,
right? Like, because I was like, okay, I love breakfast food.
Low confidence.
I love diner. Like, I would be okay serving this punishment if it came down to it. Because some of the prior punishments at GKB, I mean, they're downright dastardly. Jen Latta taking the ACT.
Oh, by the way, we got to get our booty booty area.
Hey,
junk area.
I've been asking you. I've been ready to get smooth. Now the summer's gone. I want to put my speedo on and be good.
Ashton, take you back because I guess I'm a part of the problem too. Kyle and I helped raise money for Gabe Neitzel and Greg Matzik of 620 WTMJ. They were doing the Ringer event for the MAC Fund. And I actually talked to Zerbal Concrete the other day, who helped start the donations of $500, working us towards Kyle and I getting a bikini wax. So we need to schedule a bikini wax.
I'm down. I'm ready to go.
I'm going to my fiance's lake house.
Oh.
Next weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It would be nice to swim in the lake with a fresh, smooth
I was about to
area.
say that's a strange
Right, you're supposed to be
environment to
part
really.
of it as well.
Yeah, you're supposed to do this too.
I had
Brad,
no
come
say
on
in any of this.
I didn't have
was
say in jumping into Lake Michigan, but I sure did jump,
barely.
into my shoulders.
I didn't even go
The
underneath.
majority of my body was in that disgusting water.
Consider me semi-open to the idea of it only because it's for an outstanding cause.
Lexi would love it.
She would love it. She would love it. I mean, I still am confused as to why Ben going to his family's lake house, or his in-laws' lake house, that's the occasion that he wants to debut the bikini wax. But I'm neither here nor there, because this morning I was thinking about our CEO, Craig Karmazin, and his needing to enact his punishment of a 24-hour diner challenge. Every hour takes off by how many pancakes or waffles you eat. Because I went to breakfast this morning, guys. Went to a great spot nearby us out there in Lake Country. And guys, I love breakfast food. It's my favorite food. Going out to breakfast is one of my favorite meals to go out for. But even with that, I had myself a big old waffle, little side of bacon. I splurged, guys. I splurged. And afterward, I was thinking to myself, I gotta go. I don't feel good about myself. Like it was one of those things where it's a lot of stimuli, right? There's a lot of sounds.
Yeah.
There's a lot of smells. And like after the waffle, I was like, I need to go cleanse a little
one
bit.
waffle
I
and you're ready to quit?
had one waffle and 3 strips of bacon, and I was like, you know what? I'm good. And then I thought about Craig, thinking, oh my gosh, this would be 1 hour removed. And he still have 23 to go. I couldn't imagine stacking. No phone. I couldn't imagine stacking waffle or pancake after waffle.
Just
after
Alex
pancake.
Strofe there filming.
I had a moment of pity. I pity him right now.
I know.
It is going to be a
This is
challenging
actually going to be
moment.
good for him. Do you see how skinny? If you think Alex Stroke is all skinny bones, wait till you see Craig.
I don't think
Craig
Craig
did well.
like one of those movie characters. Craig Karmazin, CEO of Good Karma Brands, where like Jason Bourne, or like you never see them eat. Right? Like they don't eat. Have you seen Craig eat before?
I have never seen Craig eat. What does he
Fascinating.
eat during
What's his bodily fuel?
I was at a wedding with him, and I don't remember him eating. He sat right next to me.
But this does not bode well for him, because he won't be able to put that much in. His stomach's going to be so shrunk.
Or it'll be like he's eating for the first time. He's gonna be able to shovel them all down.
Stock up for winter kind of thing. Go to
Yeah,
hibernation.
Or do you start training like a food eating champion like Joey Chestnut for this?
I think you have to. He's going to be there for 20 hours if he doesn't do that.
No, he's going to be there.
Oh, get out of here!
No, he's gonna
20
be-
hours, you're only getting 6 down.
I mean, he
4,
should
but
try to.
Yeah, good point.
but no, you're right. You're right. But like,
Yeah,
I mean,
sounds good
do you
to me.
think he can get 10? I had one waffle, and I was like, I need a break. I need to cleanse. I'm not even eating lunch today, kind of feeling.
I think Craig will be able to find a way to be there at least for 12 hours minimum.
Do you think he's going to get 12?
I think he gets. Well, you're talking about 10 pancakes, because you know what's going to happen is he's going to eat at first. He's going to starve, and then what's going to happen is he's going to feel like, oh, I'm full, and he needs to relax and needs to stop before he gets a tummy ache, and so he's going to have to rest for some time, and then he's going to get another burst of energy, right? He's going to do it in bursts, and that'll be able to cut down his time. But I think, again, this is good for Craig's health, and I can't wait for Craig to actually do that.
800-990-3776 on Twitter at KBN ESPN with producer Ashton Rotman filling in for a little bit today. Ashton, I'd like to poll this on Twitter, and I'm going to need your help, and you're going to need to read my mind in terms of putting this together, because that's what you do best. Craig Karmazin is going to be at a diner for 24 hours. For every pancake or waffle he eats, 1 hour will be subtracted. Over under 11 and a half hours he will be at the diner.
I like 11 and a half line. I like that. I mean, that would be cutting the entire experience down by half, and you're saying having to eat 13 would put him on the under? 13.
Now that
that's a lot.
And now that
Strofe couldn't even eat 10 Uncrustables.
That's very true. Now that
but that was in like 20 minutes.
That's fair.
Very unhealthy. But you know how Craig was looking to potentially have us look at other items on the menu to reduce the time he's there? Now that I think about it, and having Brad have his experience, I don't want that.
I don't want that at all either.
I don't want Craig to have an opportunity to eat bacon, and bacon knocks off 5 minutes.
15 minutes, yeah.
We could destroy some bacon, devour some bacon. I want him to suffer and struggle for sucking all last year in our challenge.
Because the moment you're done with that waffle, you're craving something salty to go to. Because like, it's too sweet, I need something salty. So if you can tack off 15 minutes with some bacon, no, that's too easy. You're being too easy on him. I legitimately thought this would be an enjoyable punishment to enact. There won't be anything fun about it. The first hour will be fun. After that, Craig's going to be in misery.
Hey, Ashton, I know you are an executive producer that doesn't do a lot of radio anymore, but
Thank you.
A lot of people are complaining about the echo. Can you work your technical magic? What do we got going on here? Look at Kyle putting it into action.
When you say a lot
You
of
can say
people,
what's going on.
Kyle knows the echo then.
We need to mute the V-Mix on the screen, I believe. I think that's the issue.
Oh, look at Kyle.
Kyle, a producer.
Kyle,
Carson, speaking of which, said you were the worst producer of the station. I think are we muted now, Dylan? Yes, sir. All right. YouTube, give us a thumbs up if we sound better. All right. And for you listening, hopefully on the radio, it sounds
I'm smart
good too.
sometimes. Even
well,
though you
actually,
think I'm
Kyle was right, but everyone right now is hearing me echo because it's my camera, not you guys. So I'll just take the blame on that one.
You're
My
an
bad,
idiot
guys.
too, then. You're an idiot too. I had said this morning. It's funny you said that, Kyle. I'm not smart, but I'm not an idiot. I think that should be on my tombstone. What do you
Okay.
think?
That is poetic and accurate.
Yeah, it is. Very accurate. Very accurate for you.
Are you proud about that?
Absolutely. I'm not like I'm not a brainiac, but like I'm not smart, but I'm not an idiot. I'm somewhere in between that.
That's good. That's good.
It's called a realization. You know, you got to accept who you are.
I'm 100% with that. I know that.
And yes, Ashton, were you able to get that poll up?
No, because you didn't really give me a poll. You just said, "Can he eat 12?"
What are you talking about? I nailed the poll.
You did.
Craig,
You gave
the
me a
poll was
paragraph.
nailed.
You gave me
Yeah,
a
exactly.
paragraph.
Have you seen Wildy and Tausch's Twitter feed? But
If
their
you want us
polls
to
are
do
like
Wildy and Tausch,
paragraphs.
that's fine. We can do that if you want that.
No, the poll is Craig Karmazin will be at a diner for 24 hours. For every pancake or waffle he eats, 1 hour will be subtracted. Over under 11 and a half hours that Craig will be. And you could put, the over under. You don't have to put all that verbiage in the text. Like, come on, is this your first time doing it?
You know the thing about, probably is his first time in a long time. You know the thing about Craig? The thing about Craig is the fact that Craig thinks he's a competitor, right? He's one of those people who had dreams of being in the NBA or being a tennis champion where, it just didn't work out, and he blames his genetics instead of blaming the fact that he just ain't got it,
That's
right?
real talk,
and
though.
so I honestly think that Craig will get there, and his competitive spirit will come in, and he's going to start just pounding through some of these. That's why I think he for sure will be over.
We will be back live from Tsunami Express. We are working on the echo that all of KBN Nation is telling
echo's
us
good,
to
my
fix,
bad.
which... Yeah, no, all good. All good. Oh, wow. The echo is fixed, but still, we'll be back because we got a lot of talk to KBN Nation about, whether it be Brad coming up with a produced poem. I love a Brad special.
Yeah, it is.
And Kyle thinks the humbling of the Broncos joint practice is exactly what this team needed. We got a whole lot to get to live from Tsunami Express. Don't go anywhere. It's Kyle, Brust, and Nortman hanging out with you, KBN Nation. We'll be back.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
Yeah, let them do it. I ain't doing it.
You're not going to hurt our
No,
feelings.
come on.
Just mine.
Homer, come on.
Yo, fuck, I should be doing this time. I should be 2-6. That good enough for you? You need any more?
That's fair. Don.
Need any Homer
That's
one?
fair, yeah.
Us?
Yeah.
Y'all
2, 3, 4.
You're all the same.
There we go.
Nobody's as good as me.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. Wildy and Tausch.
Did you get nervous as a player, first of all, before matchups with Bruce Irvin or whatever it might have been?
Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Also sponsored by American Family Insurance.
He's such a jerk, isn't he? Like, he just can't help himself. He's got perfect kids. They eat all of their vegetables and everything else. And nothing, but Jason loves to throw pot shots whenever he can. Have you noticed that about him?
Weekdays 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher, and summer is here. But if you want your parking lots and asphalt to be ready for winter, you have to remember the 3 R's from Johnson & Sons Paving. Reseal every 2 to 3 years. Repair when you see signs of cracking or potholes. And replace if there's constant standing water, buckling, or sinking. Don't scare customers or tenants away because of a bad parking lot. Connect with Johnson & Sons today before minor repairs end up being huge headaches. Schedule an appointment at johnsonsonspaving.com.
for love of the game.
There's nothing like being selected to the Olympic team.
And love of their country.
Championship of that level, gold medal, means more.
Tune into Behind the Bucks on the Bucks Plus Audio Network. Inside stories from Bucks stars on the agony and triumph of competing to win it all at the Olympics. It's Behind the Bucks, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, and streaming wherever you get your podcasts.
Discover the difference at findhigherlove.com/CBD. Higher Love Cannabis Company is the only cultivator in the UP offering organic, clean, green certified products. That means quality you can trust every time. With 7 locations across the UP, including Menominee, Norway, and Ironwood, finding your higher love is easier than ever before. And for our friends in Green Bay, Higher Love is less than an hour away. Kindness starts with you. Experience Higher Love today. Visit findhigherlove.com/CBD and follow them on social media at Find Higher Love.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
Take me out to the ball game, roll out the barrel, and get up, get out of here, gone. There's nothing like Milwaukee baseball. The Brew Crew is back, and we're here to help you turn your tailgate or game viewing experience into a grand slam. Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor, where since 1960 we have provided the best selection and the lowest prices. We stock literally thousands of varieties of beer, liquor, wine, and mixers. Over 15,000 actually, but who's counting? The point is, you want it, odds are we have it. Combine our incredible selection and everyday low prices with our 2 convenient locations, and you've got your one-stop shop for game day. Discount Liquor in Milwaukee on 51st in Oklahoma, only 10 minutes from AmFam Field, and in downtown Waukesha on Barstow and Maine.
Discount Liquor.
Let's get the latest from Lambeau. This is your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Z-Bart of Greater Milwaukee. Want that mirror finish on your car? You need Z-Gloss by Z-Bart. Z-Gloss is a 3-layer ceramic coating that not only gives your car that mirror finish, it protects it from everything that Mother Nature can throw at it. Visit zbart.com for more information.
31 players on the Packers roster not dressing for game number 2 of the preseason on Sunday night in Denver, and that resulted in a 27-2 loss to the Broncos. The scoreboard isn't exactly what Coach Matt LaFleur was upset about. It was about the lack of production.
Offensively, just want to see more fight from our guys. That was frustrating, just the lack of ability to move the football, both in the running game and in the pass.
And the next chance to reevaluate any game scenario will be joint practices with the Baltimore Ravens this week before the final preseason game on Saturday afternoon at Lambeau Field.
This has been your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Z-Bart of Greater Milwaukee. This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
But then you gotta put your back into it. You gotta put your back into it.
It is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman live from the Tsunami Express Car Wash at Fond du Lac and Capitol. I'm Ben Brust alongside Packer backer Kyle Wallace, Super Bowl 50 runner-up Brad Nortman, and the man of ESPN Milwaukee, and I'll include him in Madison because Jesse Nelson and him are best friends. It's Ashton Rotman running the show. What up, Ashy?
Just for that, I'm not talking to you. I don't know why you got to be rude to me. I'm just
in such
so
a good
nice all the
mood.
time.
I
Brad
love
doesn't
your.
treat me like this. Kyle doesn't treat me like this. I fix an echo that I screwed up. I should say, hand up. That's on me. And unbelievable, you just compare me to Jesse, who, by the way, has been a delight this week. Oh God, did I say that out loud?
Oh,
wow.
geez. Scratch it from the record. 800-990-3776 on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. You are the only person in the world other than his wife who feels that way. But you also felt a certain way that upset some people because you said you were upset with the way the Green Bay Packers practiced in their joint practice against the Broncos. Now, this was a week ago today, actually. I believe it was Friday.
It sure was.
And yesterday was a great joint practice, it seems, for the Packers heading into their preseason game tomorrow. And I don't expect starters, but what is your takeaway, you can be specific about the Broncos. You can talk about whatever you want because this has been an interesting training camp for the Green Bay Packers.
No, it has been an interesting training camp for the Green Bay Packers where we had some ups and some downs. The defense seemed to be a little bit more consistent than the offense, and there was a lot of question marks around the offense, and we were all looking forward to the joint practice against the Denver Broncos last week in Denver because it was an opportunity for us to see the Packers that have a lot of high hopes for this season against a meh Denver Broncos team. So the expectation was what, Brad? The Packers go in there and what they do to the Broncos?
They're going to stomp them.
They're going to stomp and take care of business against the Denver Broncos. But when reports came out, it turned out that the Green Bay Packers were the one who got absolutely spanked and got their butts kicked. And a lot of us were upset and frustrated with the Packers' overall performance. And then it was followed up by another lackluster performance in the preseason game on that Sunday. Hindsight, now looking back, with the way the Packers performed yesterday, I am so happy that the Green Bay Packers had an opportunity to get a spanking. I'm happy that they had that lackluster performance. I am happy that they got beat up by the Denver Broncos because what that did, it allowed for Matt LaFleur to tell these guys, this is what happens when you go out there and you don't practice hard. This is what happens when you practice like dog boo-boo, you play like dog boo-boo. And so this was an opportunity for the Packers to respond, and that's exactly what they did. They got some humble pie, and they responded in a good way, and they beat up on the Baltimore Ravens team that is one that has Super Bowl aspirations just like us. This is the best thing that happened to the Packers.
Kyle. Okay, easy with the powerful stuff.
That was powerful.
Okay, my thing with you is, do you ever think that maybe, like, you know how some people say, before you talk, take a deep breath, think about it, right? Have you ever been told take like 8 deep breaths? Because hearing you today, 1 week later after being that upset, maybe you could have had the mindset of, you know what, this is good. This is a young team. They need to get beat up. But instead, it's always, you need to be more proactive with your Packers, right? What did I say about on Monday? You guys were like, this has been pathetic. Kyle said he feels worse. And what did Ben Brust say?
I don't care.
I don't care because the training camp works itself out. We were acting as – I feel like you were acting as if this team is the team heading into the season last year. They have brought, as Jason Wilde – I thought Jason yesterday was wonderful in painting the picture of how when we talk about this Green Bay Packers team – they brought in veterans. Josh Jacobs, veteran. Jordan Love, we forget that he's been in the league 5 years. He knows how this works despite only being a full-time starter for 1 year heading into his second season. They brought in Xavier McKinney. Preston Smith is a veteran. Kenny Clark's been here since he was like a teenager, it feels like, because he was so young when they drafted him out of UCLA. There are veterans on the defense. There are a lot of investments on this team. Sure, the wide receivers are young and the tight ends are young, but there is a core of the team that has experience. So I just feel like we don't need to react to this team like they're babies. I feel like they're maybe a little bit more ahead of where we're at and sometimes how we treat them. But we got to remind ourselves as well, it's okay to hold them to a high standard, but taking some bumps can be good for any team.
Yeah, you're right, Ben, that there are certain veterans on this team that can help lead the ship and steady things when things seem like they're going awry. And, as I reflect on how the Packers have responded to their time in Denver, and Kyle Wallace saying that this is a good thing for them, I was more toward Kyle's side of like, man, they can't allow this to be their standard. This can't allow the Green Bay Packers to think they're okay. It all depended on how they were going to respond to it. Guys, you guys know me as the studious guy that doesn't, do bad on tests or things like that. My first round of exams in college at the University of Wisconsin, it was bad.
I wonder why.
No, bad to me was like C's. I was freaking out. I thought I could do the same prep that I did in high school and just do that in college, and no big deal, right? What I realized quickly was that if I wanted to take it to the next level, I needed to change my ways. And then through that first wave of midterms, I said to myself, oh my gosh, I can't just study the night before and go take the exam. I need a week. I got to study a week beforehand to be ready.
No,
I got ready, and I got the same degree, and we ended up in the same place that I did it 12 hours before the test.
And I'll enjoy my time in the library. But the Packers, what they needed to do, they needed to go through a wave of midterms. They needed to get some C's on some midterms so they can look to themselves and say, okay, Jordan Love saying, hey, we didn't do the details details right. We didn't prepare the right way. They needed to go through that so that they could look at it and say, we need to change our approach. And now on the final exam, they look at it and say, okay, this is much better. Now this is who we
syllabus
are.
week. It's not even close to midterms. Midterms are about midterms are real. And that's when the season comes.
Okay,
and there are going to be times where they need to go through some C's in the season to come out on the other side of that, because every team goes through adversity. But to act as if like I feel like we're talking to this team like it's the regular season. We have overhyped how much the value of training camp is for this team on a couple of reactionary stances from Kyle, let's say, in practice.
But I understand that. But if you're trying to be a championship team, you're trying to get to double-digit wins, you got to start fast. Like, if you want to get to 11, 12
well, it looks
wins,
like the Ravens aren't going to win the Super Bowl because they lost the joint practice.
No, that's a bad example.
You need to look at trends. How is this team trending?
Exactly, because, again, we need to focus on the fact that, yes, the football team finished strong last year, but we cannot ignore how they started the season last year as well. They are in their maturation process of taking the next steps. You can't compare us to the Ravens. You can't compare us to the Bills. You can't compare us to the 49ers. You can't compare us to the Chiefs, because we know what we're going to get from those football teams in the regular season, because they have done it year after year after year. We are still looking to see what Jordan Love can consistently do year after year after year.
Which is why there's going to be bumps in the road to not overreact to on a bad practice.
No, you're going to be bumps in the road, but you want an early opportunity like this for your team to get humble. When Matt LaFleur can go to the locker room after a training camp and after a preseason game and say, listen, fellas, you need to look into the mirror. You need to ask yourself, did I give maximum effort in practice leading up to this game? This is the time that you get to call out guys, and then you get to evaluate how they respond. And there is nothing better than being able to
one week later quarterback right now.
But no, it's better. It's good for them, because now Matt LaFleur can always refer back during the regular season on a Wednesday. If he doesn't feel like they're giving the effort they need to in practice, he can blow the whistle, tell everybody to stop, and say, I've seen this before, fellas, and we know how it ends. We know how it is. We know the effort that we need to put in order for this football team to be great. So I am so excited that the Packers played against a team that they are better in than the Denver Broncos and got beat up, and then played against a team that they may not be as good as in the Baltimore Ravens and were able to hit them in the mouth. It's about how you respond, and the Green Bay Packers responded well to Matt LaFleur, and it's going to pay dividends. These last 2 weeks are going to pay dividends for the Green Bay Packers this season. You can mark my words on that.
And my question is always, who is this team? What's their identity? And that does change on a year-to-year basis, even if you have some anchors that are still there.
I got a question for you, Brad. At any point in your NFL career, did you feel like 2 weeks of the preseason determined this? Did your coaches go back and be like, remember that? Remember the preseason when you guys had a bad practice and then you responded? Did any of your coaches ever cite the preseason as making you better for the season? No, because it's fluff. It's fluff. And it's for the team to start getting ready for games. And Kyle is a perfect example today of how he overreacted to Friday, and now he wants to come on the air and say this is the best thing that ever happened to the team.
It is.
The best thing that could happen to this team.
It is a learning lesson.
It's a learning lesson, but he's already putting it's the best thing that happened to this team before we even see them play games. Last year, you would say the best thing that happened to this team was going through a tough time and coming out of it as the youngest team in the NFL. That is more, like 10 million times more significant than bouncing back in training camp.
They are going to face adversity again in this season, Ben. What I'm saying is this. Going into this football season, they believed their stuff did not stink. We thought the Green Bay Packers were sure, they're going to win 11 games. They're going to be this. They're a surprise team for everybody. And they were buying it. They were buying into their own hype. They were buying into the press clippings. They believed what everybody else was saying about them, not realizing that you always have to be locked in and do the work. They're going to get humbled again during the season. But I'm glad the first humbling came now, because when they start against Philly and they start this football season, I feel better about them for sure starting off 5-0 versus starting off 2-3.
How about
look at that. Whoa, the Ravens joint practice. We got a 5-0 Kyle Wallace.
Well, as a follow-up question, would you rather prefer this route or from start to finish looking crisp? How would you feel better going into week one? Going through a low to come out on a high, or just looking good the whole way through?
Again, with the weight of this syllabus in my mind being like 1% in my brain of what training camp and preseason means, either one is not going to affect the season in the significant way that sometimes we make it feel on these airways.
I just like it for a young football team. I like for a young football team that does not know exactly what it's like to be in the NFL year after year after year, for them to be able to have that reality check early on, right? Because when you're young, you're inexperienced, you're naive, you think you know everything. This was a great opportunity early on for them to know that they don't know everything. They need to follow what Matt LaFleur and what Jeff Hafley are trying to do with them every single time they go out on a practice field and a game field as well. So, again, I feel great about the fact that they got hit in their mouth against Denver and the way they responded against
The good
Baltimore.
news is, Kyle, you may have called Jordan Love selfish, but you guys do have something in common. You represent a great local company in American Family Insurance.
We sure do, and I'm sure there's many people out here at Tsunami Express who also are protected by American Family Insurance. And what I love about them is that you can get an insurance quote today. Absolutely today with American Family Insurance. They have all different type of coverages you can do. You can get car, you can get home, you can get life insurance. You can bundle your home and your car insurance as well. They will take great care of you, and also when you bundle, you can save a lot. So if you are thinking about changing for your home insurance, or you're about to buy a new car and you need to get some car insurance, make sure you visit amfam.com today, amfam.com today, because when you do that, you can get a quote right there on the spot, or you can find an agent right near you. Visit American Family Insurance anytime and every time, because they will take care of you. Dream fearlessly.
Insure carefully.
Insure carefully. Dream fearlessly with American Family Insurance.
I didn't even have a script.
amfam.com today.
Kyle, Brust, and Nortman live from Tsunami Express Car Wash, Fond du Lac and Capital in the Milwaukee area. If you're in Madison or Beaver Dam, it's free car washes. So if somebody from Madison or Beaver Dam drives for a free car wash, I will offer to vacuum as part of that trip.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
How about that treat?
Yeah, it's a treat. Take my shirt off. I can be like working at the
you
car
always
wash.
go too far. Nobody asked you to take your shirt off, man.
I want some sun.
I'll do the windows.
Brad will do the windows. I got the vacuum, and
I'll put
Kyle
air in the
will.
tire.
We'll
I'll
put air in the tires.
How about that?
If you drive from Beaver Dam or Madison, you let us know, and I'm going to need your driver's license because I don't want somebody coming from Milwaukee area.
Yeah.
I'm from Madison and Beaver Dam. Start cleaning.
But it's free air, free vacuums.
Yeah, no, it's all great.
Everything
And
you
free
need here.
car wash. That's
Yeah.
why I'm saying I don't care if you're from Beaver Dam or Madison. Hang out
worth
with us
the trip.
and get your windows done by Brad, and the tires by Kyle, and I don't know if I trust Kyle, and I'll vacuum the crap out of it. What I will say is typically this is everyone's favorite segment coming up next, but Ashton Rotman's producing, so it likely will be the worst segment of the show. Ashton Rotman, you're next, baby.
What are we doing?
Already relevant or becoming relevant or anywhere in between. You get to choose what the title is. How about that, buddy?
Great. Next.
This is Kyle Brust and Nortman.
He now is off his rocker saying it. Well, if I played...
Choke artists. Choke artists, choke artists, choke artists. That's what you both are. Yeah, I said it. You both are choke artists.
Losers, choke artists.
That's what you are. You
frauds,
choked against
what else are
TCU.
we?
You choked against Oregon. You choked against Kentucky. Y'all choked against Duke. I can keep going.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
This is ESPN Wisconsin's Brad Nortman. You hear me talk all the time about Bank 5-9 and their mission to make lives better. That mission extends beyond their customers and communities to their employees. Bank 5-9 was just honored again by Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel as a top workplace. That makes 15 years in a row. They were named the #1 mid-sized employer in the region and earned special recognition for the company's overall direction. Want to learn more about working with my friends at Bank 5-9? Visit bank59.com/careers. Equal opportunity employer, member FDIC.
So what's better than a Packers win? Celebrating a Packers win behind the wheel of a newly redesigned 2024 Chevy Traverse C71. Yeah, that's better. And right now at Quick Trip, for every $1 you spend with Quick Rewards, you'll earn a Fan Zone point to spend in the Packers Zone. Then, with your Quick Rewards app, spend points for your chance to win prizes throughout the season, like a Chevy Traverse C71. Kick off your winning season with Quick Trip and your Green Bay Packers. See QuickTrip.com/fanzone for details.
It's time for the Ortho ASAP Minute from Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin.
I'm talking with Dr. Chris Killian. Doctor, if someone starts to feel pain, what are the first things that they need to do?
Certainly resting it. Ice can be helpful, anti-inflammatories.
So let's say none of that works and someone is looking for that next step to relieve their pain. Just because someone steps into your office, that does not automatically mean that that next step is a surgical procedure. Is that right?
We still kind of treat surgery as kind of a last option once you've exhausted conservative management. So Those conservative treatments, again, being rest, ice. If it's your shoulder we're talking about, going through a period where maybe a short period of immobilization. Then the mainstay is physical therapy. We have physical therapists here specifically at Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin that work with us and train with us that allow a vast majority of people to actually avoid surgery altogether, depending on what their issue is.
The Ortho ASAP Minute is sponsored by Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. There is a difference.
Everybody knows if it's summer season, it's festival season. And Potawatomi has the winningest one, WinFest. You could make it an awesome August with a share of $500,000. Play with your rewards card for entries. Hourly drawings every Thursday from 5 to 8 p.m. $25,000 in cash and prizes each drawing. It's the $500,000 WinFest. Get in on the fun. Only at Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee. More info at pacebig.com. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Wow, he just smashed it out of the park. Speaking of smashing, have you heard about Orange Smash?
Oh, you mean the Devil's Backbone Distilling Company canned cocktail? The one with real fruit juice, real vodka, and a splash of bubbles? It's a home run in a can.
It's the perfect drink for game day, whether you're tailgating at the ballpark or watching from home.
Find Orange Smash canned cocktails at Woodman's, Festival Food, or Pick and Save. Visit drinkasmash.com to learn more. Remember, always enjoy responsibly.
Hey, Badger fans, fall is right around the corner, and so is the return of Badger football. Experience the excitement of Friday Night Lights at Camp Randall Stadium on August 30th as the Badgers take on Western Michigan. Individual tickets start at just $35, with all-inclusive group packages still available. Visit UWBadgers.com or call 1-800-GO-BADGERS to secure your seats for the Friday night home opener of Wisconsin football on August 30th. That's UWBadgers.com or 1-800-GO-BADGERS.
Saving money on your next upgrade now at Menards. Some things never go out of style, like tile from Mohawk. You can count on the durability, easy maintenance, and timeless beauty of tile. With over 350 ceramic, porcelain, mosaic, and glass tiles to choose from, Mohawk Tile provides long-lasting charm in any space. Visit the store and Menards.com to see all our great deals going on in our weekly flyer.
Save big money at Menards.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
We are live from the Tsunami Express Car Wash, Fond du Lac and Capital. And as I mentioned, if you drive from Beaver Dam or Madison, Brad will do the windows, Kyle will do the tires, and I will vacuum up. Because they got these stations after you get the free car wash. Now, if you're in Milwaukee, just come get the free car wash because it's close to you.
Oh, yeah, my brother came, my mama coming.
Great KBN Nation member just stopped by. Told us a joke I can't say on air that I really appreciated.
Oh, wow.
Funny joke. You missed that one. 800-990-3776. Kyle, Brust, and Nortman here with you on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. Typically, it's been Alex Strofe and becoming relevant. We've called it already relevant with Chris Larson. With Ashton Rotman, it's just going to suck. That's the name of the segment. Here we go.
Hey, Mr. Irrelevant, it's time to become relevant. Strofe's time to shine on KBN starts now.
That's some really good imaging. I don't know what executive producer.
Who made that?
I don't know, but that sounded really good. So if anyone wants to know what I do, that's it. It was that right there. I do nothing else. All right.
It's great, Ashton.
Thank you.
Shut
I
up,
appreciate
Brad.
that. No, thanks, Brad. I appreciate that. I love the sunglasses, by the way. Ben, I wish you had them on. You'd look.
Thank you.
much
Tsunami
better.
Express, baby.
There we go.
There you go.
All right. Just a couple of questions as we go through the weekend and football starts allegedly. So just out of curiosity, do you guys know who's playing in the game tomorrow in Dublin?
I think Georgia Tech
in Florida State.
Yep.
That's accurate. I couldn't have told you that if you asked me. That if you told me I got $1 million, I would not have been able to tell you that until 5.
Are you still a Coach Prime guy? Are you still rocking the Colorado gear?
Prime all the way. Yes, I don't know their schedule off the top of my dome, but yeah, I'm Coach Prime
all the way. Don't know who they play.
I'm Prime all the way, but I'm Coach Prime. I'm not Colorado. I'm just Coach Prime all the way. So the minute that actually let's here'll be the second one. Does that make me a bad person and just a bad fan of anything in sports? If I'm just rooting for Prime, I have no reason to. I don't know anything about Colorado's school. I'm pretty sure Shador's still there, right? He might still be there. I don't know.
He is. He is still there.
I don't think so at all. I love it. I mean, whatever gets you on board, whatever makes storylines compelling in college football, like, I'm all for it. Listen, if Colorado's on, I'm tuning in. I find it fascinating. If that's what brings you in, you want to root for them, why not root for them?
I will agree that Coach Prime early in the season had the whole world rocking, had all the stars, the Magos, Lil Wayne, and everybody was out there trying to see Coach Prime in Colorado out of all places. So I absolutely love it. I wish the best of them.
Well, and I remember Colorado in the 90s being a juggernaut, and then they just disappeared.
Cordell Stewart.
It's kind of fun to reclaim any sort of reputation that they had a couple decades ago.
Yeah, it's going to be all over when Coach Prime goes to Florida State.
Yeah.
All Badgers all the time. Next.
I want to talk a little bit about this poll that I just finally got up there 16 minutes ago. Again, pat on the back to me, doing a great job today. GKB CEO Craig Karmazin lost a bet where his punishment is staying in a 24-hour restaurant for 24 hours with 1 hour being taken off for each pancake eaten. I don't want to talk about the results of the poll. I want to talk about the fact that, Brad, did you say you couldn't handle more than one?
No. I said, well, yes, today I found myself more than satisfied. I was like, man, if I had a challenge in front of me where I had to stack these together and maybe eat 6, 8, 10, I would be in rough shape. And I thought and I love breakfast food. So it has something to do with that. I had one today expecting my hunger to be still driven. And I was like, woof. I'm good. One waffle, I am good.
You know how debilitating it is when you overeat. And let me tell you, as somebody who lost 30-some pounds and still has some fat boy tendencies, when you overeat, you can't function. You cannot move. It is debilitating.
Especially as you get older.
Yeah. Yeah, Greg is old.
Especially when you mix in, if you go to brunch too, and you mix in like a Bloody Mary or
a mimosa
or something, and then you're like, and I ate. I'm just like, I need a nap now.
It humbles you so fast.
Yeah, see, the thing is, when I go out to breakfast now, we are. I do the thing with the fiance where we get something like egg with potato and maybe fruit, and then we split the
pro
sweet.
Move. I take back the mean comment. I said, that's a pro move. You always go, someone gets sweet, someone gets savory, and you share it. That's a pro move.
Well, and that's smart too. And the reason why this is such a brutal punishment is because I won't get too in depth on diet here.
Oh, here we go.
The way that these like fast acting carbs are, man, it just kills you. It just totally kills you. You're so much better.
Back-to-back segments with dork comments.
So wait till you hear the next segment with the poem.
I ate a whole bunch of Doritos before I.
Kyle.
Is that what my stomach feels now? Fast?
No. What do you think? The Doritos are going to make you feel good?
Well, they're good going down.
Good going down. I agree.
You guys always complain about my tummies.
Brad,
my tummies.
Think about
I don't
this.
have any pity anymore.
You should be proud of me.
It does hurt.
There was a whole thing of like 20 cupcakes at the office.
Oh, yeah.
I looked up and I said, minute on the lips, forever on the hips.
That's right.
And I didn't take a cupcake.
You let those cupcakes know.
The cupcakes weren't sweet enough. I had them.
Ben, you
had them.
How many is that? How many does that mean?
Honestly, it was thick. It was big, man. I only had one, and it wasn't sweet enough. I'm like, I don't know why kids would eat this.
It wasn't sweet enough?
It
Kyle,
wasn't sweet enough. It tasted like it was for, what are we talking about? People with celiacs.
Gluten-free?
Gluten-free?
Gluten-free. They tasted gluten-free.
Kyle, you're a 34-year-old man. You can't say a cupcake isn't sweet enough.
Oh, well, I tell you that way. If you tasted it, you would have said the same dang thing, Brad.
Were they healthy cupcakes?
I don't. Listen, they must have been.
Just next, Ash.
All right, I got one final one. I am coming up to the big 3-0 coming up soon for my birthday.
Hey!
Well, that doesn't matter. My fiance is planning a party for me, and I just want it because she thinks she has to and should be doing this. Do I need to involve myself with the planning? Should I just say, you got it? Give me some advice here on how I handle this.
If it's for your birthday
I just want to hang out
and
with
you
my
don't
friends.
want it, just say, hey, I understand that you're doing this because you love me. I really don't want much to do with this, but where you need me, let me know, and I'm happy to fill in. But make it very clear, I don't want to do anything for my birthday because it's my birthday.
Should I
wow,
be offended?
that's benefit.
Should I be offended that she doesn't want to bake me a cake and she wants to buy one instead?
Nah, not at all. Why would you have her baking?
Okay. You're the
offended.
chef.
Yeah.
You own a food truck. You are a good baker, and so
I can't make my
she's
own
scared
cake.
it won't live up to expectations for you.
No, I wouldn't say that. I would never tell that out loud to her face, of course.
Is she good at baking?
That's a no.
That's a no. That's a no.
So then you shouldn't be mad. Don't get mad at her for something that she might not feel completely confident doing. You're intimidating to live with, I'm sure, in that way.
What are you disappointed? You got down on one knee and proposed to her. You are going to accept all the good and the bad that comes along with this great woman.
He hasn't said I do yet.
Well, he went down on one knee.
Times. Yeah, no, I'm saying it every
You've
day.
already said I do every day. That is the most Ashton thing of all time. Do you realize he's the biggest wimp
Oh, baby,
in the
we
world?
can do it today. I would do it today. Yeah. Come on now.
I'd marry you over and over.
It's true, I would.
Make her chase you still a little bit.
I don't know how.
No,
I'm
that's
too
the exact
slow.
opposite of what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, I got to chase. Let her
There's
know.
a reason why Brad is married, I'm engaged, and Ashton is engaged, and Kyle's saying, while you're engaged, make her chase you.
Yeah, make her know that you
to is Brad.
Yeah. I understand why, but I still feel like I gave good advice for the 30th.
I thought that was great advice, Ben. What you got to do, Ashton, is just remind her that your expectations are minimal. Be like, baby, as long as I'm hanging with you, I don't really care. So whatever you want to do, I'm here for it. But I have no expectations because it is complete as long as you and I are together.
That's good. That's good. I like that.
I'm going to text you that right now. I got it. I'm going to text you that. All right, that's it. That's all I got for this.
That'll take some stress off her.
There you go.
The segment Sucks is brought to you by Ashton Rotman as he's subbing in for Alex Strofe. It's Kyle, Brust, and Nortman live from Tsunami Express. And let's see if Ashton can answer phones because it's Friday, and that means it's a Palermo's Pizza Friday. And as you know, I love frozen pizza Friday, and my fiance and baby daughter are on their way to a bridal shower out of town, which means I'm free tonight, which means I'm not going to want to cook or clean, whether it's the pizza bowl. I know I have a Supremus Maximus. I know I have a Boss Hog. I know I have a Thin Crust. If I want to have two of them, I can have two of them. I have everything I need. And if you want to win a Screamin' Sicilian Pizza Prize Pack, let's go with caller number 8 for Josh Jacobs. I don't know why I chose him, but I chose him. 800-990-3776. 800-990-3776 to win a Palermo's Screamin' Sicilian Pizza Prize Pack. And I left this out on purpose because I wanted to end with it. You know I got one in the freezer. A Mambo Italiano. Mambo. Find your Screamin' pleasure and call for your Screamin' Sicilian Prize Pack. 800-990-3776. Brad the Poet. He wrote a note to Michelle Smallman of Unsportsmanlike on ESPN Wisconsin. Mornings you can hear them. She is the bachelorette of the NFL, trying to find her team. Green Bay Packers are of the 6 finalists. We gave a pitch to her. Brian Balaga gave a great answer yesterday. Now Brad goes to the lab to woo Michelle Smallman to become a Green Bay Packers fan. Don't go anywhere. Brad's production is next.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
He was the lead in the girls softball movie, the Bernstein Bears. What's it called?
800
Tom Hanks, that movie. There's no crime in baseball. What was it?
That was a League of Their Own.
Not Bad News Bears.
The Bernstein Bears, like the book.
Bernstein Bears, bro. You're done.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Also sponsored by Coors Light.
I think I'm going to have to bring Romeo Dobbs into the Tausch stand category and start promoting and pushing him more.
Wilde and Tausch.
I feel like he is just so
criminally.
Like he's an afterthought for too many Packer fans, and I think he's going to have a bust-out year.
Weekdays 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN and available wherever you get your podcasts with Wisconsin On Demand.
College students, are you looking to make your campus living more comfortable, functional, and fashionable this year? Let IKEA Oak Creek help. From innovative storage solutions and furniture to maximize your space, to fashionable bedding and accessories to make it uniquely yours, IKEA is helping make college living truly inspired by you. And now, qualified college students can get 15% off their IKEA purchases. Visit IKEA Oak Creek or check out the Ready for College section on IKEA.com/US to learn more.
Derek Jeter for American Family Insurance.
Life's better when you're under the American Family Insurance roof because they'll help protect your family's dreams. Whether it's a kid like me aiming for the big leagues, a future rocket scientist, or a budding prima ballerina, you can count on an American Family Insurance agent to help you dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Who's ready to save a bucket load at Fleet Farm? Just buy one of our signature 5-gallon buckets for $3.99 and get 15% off anything that fits inside it. Save on the best brands in fishing, hunting, and power tools. Save on pet supplies, snacks, and more. Any qualifying products that fit in the bucket are 15% off now through August 28th. Our bucket sale is just another great way to save on everything you need for everyday life at Fleet Farm. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Are you looking for a reliable ride? I've got you covered. It's ESPN Milwaukee's Jen Latta. I use AccuTrans Group for my private transportation needs during the college football season. AccuTrans is a veteran-owned business dedicated to providing unmatched corporate, personal, and event-related transportation that you will use again and again. From corporate travel and weddings to group events, AccuTrans Group caters to every occasion. Booking is easy, safe, and dependable. Visit AccuTransGroup.com to get a quote or to book a reservation today for reliable and safe transportation.
Hey, it's Kyle Walls here from ESPN Wisconsin's Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, and you know what time of year it is. Football season is right around the corner, and I've got the Underdog Fantasy Sports app on my phone and ready to go for Week 1. If you're one of the million-plus fans that got in on the action last season, you know how easy it is to win. Playing is so simple. You make picks for a pick'em entry and choose if a player will go higher or lower when it comes to their stats. Maybe it's Jordan Love going for higher than 300 yards passing Week 1, or even Christian McCaffrey going lower than 2.5 touchdowns. You could win up to 325 times your money. Download the Underdog Fantasy app today from your app store or visit UnderdogFantasy.com. Sign up using promo code KBN, and Underdog will give you a highly discounted pick to use on your first pick'em entry plus a deposit offer. That's promo code KBN. Join me this football season and win big. Must be 18 plus and present in the state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
Stupid stairs.
Mike, I thought we were going to remodel and put our master bedroom on the first floor. We're getting old, you know.
I know I usually come up with some excuse to avoid home improvements, but I guess that would make sense. We do it for our own customers all the time, so maybe we should now too.
Whether you're making your empty nest more accessible or creating the house of your dreams, call Professional Construction Inc., your go-to contractor for 20 years.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Live from Tsunami Express Car Wash, it's Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. Get a free car wash through September 1st. They got free air. Great state-of-the-art equipment for you to vacuum up. Get it done, baby. Come on by Capitol and Fond du Lac. That's where it's free, baby. We're here live on site. It's Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. And like I had mentioned, if you come from Beaver Dam or Madison, you have a window washer in Brad Nortman, a tire guy in Kyle Wallace, and a vacuum guy in Ben Brust. We don't need your tips.
No, don't need tips at all. Just come on down and become a member here at Tsunami Express.
Hey.
Like, for real, though, before we get to the beautiful, beautiful work Brad put together. Oh, disgusting.
I'm sorry. I was waiting for the delay.
So good.
And exactly what I wanted.
For real though, this is so beautiful to see. Like, seeing all the people in the community come through the Tsunami Express and being able to utilize this. This is what's up, that this is here in Midtown Milwaukee.
You know, to see the cars go in, because we used to have the perfect angle of the cars going in dirty, then coming out clean and vacuuming. It's like a transformation. It really is. And people are just like, they're so jacked up for it, right? I mean, there's a sense of ownership that you have. Love to see it.
Yeah, and as we've been discussing on these airwaves, you hear Unsportsmanlike on ESPN Wisconsin in the mornings. That is 5 to 7 on 94.5 ESPN, 5 to 9 on 100.5 ESPN Madison. Michelle Smallman with Evan Cohen and Chris Canty have talked about how Michelle is from St. Louis. She has lost the Rams due to the just rudeness from the owner, just ripping the team from the city and spitting in their faces.
Greed
will imprison us all. That's just a line from Rush Hour 2. But what I will say is we had her on. We gave her a nice pitch of why she should become a Green Bay Packer backer for life, finding her team. We had Brian Balaga yesterday. He said why she should become a fan of the Green Bay Packers, and he just talked about everything that everyone listening knows about the Green Bay Packers. And Brad put some art together, some literature together to write a poem. Do you want to preface anything before we press play?
Yeah, I'll just say that, for those who are faithful listeners of KBN, you remember me doing a Valentine's Day poem for your significant other that weaved in and out names. I didn't take that approach because this is Michelle Smallman. We need to introduce her to the team. So it's more broad-based, and I'll tell you what, this is the most complicated rhyming scheme that I have put together yet. Do you like me to describe the rhyming scheme?
No, let us feel it out for ourselves.
Okay. Well, there you go. Without further ado.
This is Brad Nortman wooing Michelle Smallman to the Green Bay Packers, or rizzing, whatever you want to say.
Oh.
Rose at stake, decision to make. What future do you see? Hanging around in Titletown is where you want to be. The tundra's frozen for the Packer chosen, but winning keeps you warm. With cheese curds and brats and love throwing dots, we will weather any storm. Take my hand and join the party, home of the Lombardi. Your heart will be struck. Year after year, the Pack gives reason to cheer, and besides, the Bears still suck. Those other teams, they will crush your dreams. No need to further date. As tempting as they are, they'll leave a scar, especially the Jets, number 8. At Lambeau Field, let's save the date. Why wait? Welcome to fanhood bliss. Let's grow old in the green and gold. Those Rams you'll never miss. You have every reason to be a Packer this season. It's meant to be, surely you know. We will say it together, no matter the weather, right from your heart. Go, Pack, go.
All right, guys, what do we think?
Woo! I love it.
What do you think?
I loved it.
You are a magician. Yeah. Did you hit up your writer, uncle, or whatever?
Oh, no. Father-in-law?
Yeah.
No, I did not. This was all me, boys. This is all me. Complicated rhyming schemes. We did AAB, CCB with the rhyming scheme.
I don't know what that means.
That means
yeah. And by the way, Dick Van Dyke nailed this. By the way. 800-990-3776. Ashton, you're having a horrible day, dude.
Why?
Love the poem. The music is awful.
Trash.
The music was horrible.
Trash.
Do not send that to anybody of Unsportsmanlike until you change.
No.
Well, bring it back from the cloud.
We call the message. Yeah,
bring it back.
Bring it back
what you're not going to do is embarrass us here in Wisconsin, because that's embarrassing.
I feel like I was trotting through like Wonderland.
I thought this was a connection to Ireland or something like that. Like, what is going on, Ashton? That was terrible.
What was
That's what it sounded like.
It was very medieval. It was very medieval.
I want you to tell me what music you would have had, Ben.
I don't know, some more Packer vibe or Wisconsin
she is the bachelorette of the NFL right now. Put some piano music. Put something like lovey-dovey, man.
Yeah.
You ruined Brad. Brad was great and you sucked.
The funny thing is, as we record, because Ashton has always made me feel like my work very good on the back end.
Eli.
And so I said, we were talking about, after I recorded it with Ashton, I was like, Ashton, whatever you want to put it behind, I trust you fully.
Do you trust him still?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, look at that.
It still sounded good,
I had a lot of ideas.
Ashton.
It didn't work out how I wanted to, so I went with the old trusty searching for Shakespearean music, and that was what I got.
The tried and true.
No, we're going to have to do something. We tell
you
them
say
do not
we
air
like
that
you're
on.
going to do some work here, and either
because
of you,
this,
and you're not.
Ashton, this is a representation of KBN and also of Wisconsin as a state as a whole. What you're not going to do is have my great Brad Nortman, my co-host, on national television, on national radio, with that trash music on the background to his beautiful, beautiful poem. That's what you're not going to do. We're going to fix this.
I figured it out. I apologize to Brad and Brad only. And I've also figured out that Kyle and Ben are jealous that they can't come up with something as creative as this. So now they're defending Brad for me potentially, hypothetically, allegedly messing it up. Is that accurate?
No.
Talk about a spin zone there.
I know I can't come up with anything that good. I just want to make sure we look good.
Yeah, if he does something good, I want to make sure it's great. And what you did is you took good to just, that was good.
That Renaissance fair behind music.
Can I be honest about the creation?
Try it on Bang Over the Drum All Day, Jock Jam,
it's so
piano
lame.
music.
Oh, God. All we ever hear is that song. God.
Ashton is from Illinois. He's trying to sabotage you guys.
Oh, there it
Maybe
is.
he was
There it is.
getting her to choose the Bears. David in the 920 nailed it. You're such a loser. We'll be back in 2 minutes live from Tsunami Express. I'm glad you dinged the loser. Please fix the poem. And that is not the last time we were listening to that, because I have lots of notes and I felt warm and fuzzy listening to Brad's words, not the walking around the forest hoping to find a flower.
Makes me think of Shrek.
Michelle. Michelle. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
The hottest deals of the summer are going on now, exclusively at the Kunis Auto Group's Dog Days of Summer sales event. Get sizzling savings on your next vehicle from the automotive pros at your nearby Milwaukee Metro Region Kunis Auto Group dealership. America's best-selling cars, trucks, and SUVs from both Buick and GMC, all marked down with incredible August Dog Days of Summer discounts and savings. We're also offering incredible Dog Days of Summer discounts on our entire inventory of select pre-owned vehicles. Choose from over 1,500 vehicles on lot and online. While online, check out dozens of August service specials on everything from brakes, tires to oil changes. Plus, in August, simply stop in and register to win a $250 monthly cash prize. Plus, chances to win a $10,000 monthly grand prize with absolutely no purchase necessary. All at your nearby Milwaukee Metro Region Kunis Auto Group dealerships in both Oak Creek and Greenfield. It's the Kunis Auto Group's August Dog Days of Summer sales event going on now. For additional event info, go to shopkunis.com.
Homer here to tell you about Rawhide Youth Services. Co-founded in 1965 by Bart and Cherry Starr, Rawhide is a faith-based nonprofit that helps thousands of youth every year, many right here in Milwaukee, overcome trauma, suicidal thoughts, and live better lives. For youth who are hurting, who feel lost or abandoned, and families feeling powerless to help them, Rawhide is there to help. They also need vehicle donations to support their mission of helping hurting youth transform their future. Donate to Rawhide Youth Services. Visit rawhide.org/donate.
Injured? Call Gruber Law Offices today. One call, that's all.
If only life had a remote control, you could pause or rewind. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
You're listening to 94.5 ESPN, WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee, a Good Karma Brands radio station. Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN on 94.5 ESPN, the Wisconsin On Demand app, and streaming live at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Live from Tsunami Express Car Wash at the corner of Capitol and Fond du Lac. If you come from Madison or Beaver Dam for a free car wash, you have free window washers, tire pressures, and vacuuming from Kyle Brust and Nortman as we're live across ESPN Wisconsin. 800-990-3776 is the ESPN Wisconsin talk and text line. And, of course, streaming on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. A little birdie told me that somebody within ESPN Wisconsin is already working on changing the background music to Brad's poem. So when that is ready, we will reintroduce the poem for Michelle Smallman as she is searching as the Bachelorette of the NFL to become potentially a Green Bay Packer fan as they are part of the 6 finalists. Brad, great poem. I look forward to seeing the work that is done. You know, and that leads me to the next question here, because I think I actually want to hear from KBN Nation. 800-990-3776. Obviously starting with Kyle, our Packer backer, right? It's a very generic question. But as we go through the process of be Rizad, as Brad was rizzing Michelle Smallman with his words.
That's a great nickname.
I would love to hear what is the best part about being a Green Bay Packers fan, right? Because your responses could help curate, you know, something we toss along to Michelle. It could be winning. It could be the tradition. It could be tailgating. It could be community. It could be Sundays are like a holiday. Like, whatever it is to you, what makes being a Green Bay Packer fan so special?
Man, it's the moments. It's the magical moments that the Green Bay Packers have over and over and over, going all the way back to the Ice Bowl, or going to Brett Favre rolling out to the left but throwing back to the right side to Sterling Sharp, or is it, you know, Brett Favre in the Super Bowl after, you know, throwing a touchdown pass, running with his helmet off, Aaron Rodgers throwing dime balls or throwing Hail Marys, us just winning so many football games, but the great memories and the moments that the Green Bay Packers have given us as fans, I feel so spoiled. I know we haven't had all the Super Bowls that we want, but we've had 2 great quarterbacks, another quarterback showing that he's going to be great. It just feels so special. But all those great memories and moments that I had as a Packer fan is something that I would not trade for anything. We could have 4 more Super Bowls, but I still be like, you know what? I'd rather have these great moments.
I like that you said moments and memories, because Michelle, as a Rams fan, when she joined us on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, what did she talk about? Greatest show on turf. Memories, things that she could remember of her football fandom. Brad, as someone who played in the NFL, in Carolina and in Jacksonville, as someone who grew up in Wisconsin, going on local television to talk about Charles Woodson, I believe.
Desmond Howard.
And how you loved, his return game.
Heartbroken when he went to the Raiders. Desmond Howard.
Touchdown.
What do you think makes being a Green Bay Packers fan so special? 800-990-3776. You tell us as well.
Yeah, I grew up here in Wisconsin. I was a huge Packer fan. I still like to see the Packers do well. It's hard when you played, and I played for the Panthers and the Jaguars, and my immediate loyalty, I still feel like is to them, but I still really like seeing the Packers do well. It's hard to shake. I like seeing the Packers do well even when I was playing outside of my own teams. But when I think about growing up here, I think about now viewing the Packers as a retired player. I've got 3 things that I wrote down that make it special. Number 1 is the fans. The one and only time I played at Lambeau, okay, it was my 3rd year for the Panthers, and we were good. They were good. It was supposed to be a good game in mid-October. Ron Rivera, famous former Chicago Bear. I thought he was going to go up there Saturday night before the game and be like, forget the Packers, forget Lambeau, like all this kind of, that's usually his mentality, right? Tough. You know what he said Friday night before the game?
What is that?
He said, boys, you're in for a treat. You are in for a treat. We're going to bring our A game tomorrow, but I want you to take a moment to soak it in. Because when he played for the Chicago Bears, he remembers getting offered beer and brats as the Chicago Bears by the Green Bay Packer fans. They're the nicest fans. It's a unique environment. There's nothing like it in all of professional sports. So I thought to myself, oh, wow, that's super cool. That's number 1 is the fans. Number 2, the loyalty. I look at Kyle Wallace, our Packer backer right here. Undying loyalty to the Green Bay Packers.
Ain't never switching up.
And I'm just going to be honest. Everything about the Green Bay Packers, whether it be no owner, whether it be it's in a small town of Green Bay, whether it be it's in kind of a rural area in Green Bay, rural compared to the other cities of NFL, it just feels organic. It feels like football the way football originally was thought out to be. So those are some of the reasons why I loved being a Packer fan as a kid, and why I look at the Packers now and say, you know what, I see why it's so special for the state of Wisconsin, and if you're a Packer fan, to be identified as a Packer fan.
Yeah, you listed all the great things.
Was there number 3?
So great.
Fans, loyalty, and organic.
Oh, organic.
Yeah, so it's just an organic. I just feel like it's football the way football should be. And I love Carolina. I love Jacksonville. I'll tell you right now,
sound
KB,
like Kyle Wallace.
I
love Carolina. I love
That's how you know you love something.
But it ain't the Green Bay Packers.
When the Panthers played the Packers last year, when the Jags played the Packers this year, I'm going to be rooting for them. I'm not going to lie, right? But every other team I want to see the Packers do well.
I can't blame you. You got a paycheck from them. That helps fill that Nortman estate.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. The Packers haven't paid me anything, but those people did. So,
well, they paid you in memories. They paid you in greatness. They paid you in really, if it wasn't for the Green Bay Packers and the Wisconsin Badgers, you would not be the same Brad Nortman that you are today.
Well, I'll say this as a way to wrap up, and Ben, I want to hear why you've started to change your allegiances to the Packers, because, look, it makes you love football, doesn't it? Whether it be the Packers and the Badgers. Growing up in Wisconsin, it's so easy to love football when those are the 2 teams you root for. And they aren't always the ones that always win, right? Talk about the Badgers lately, but it's not always the teams that win, just who they are, the culture and the character of the teams. It makes it so easy to love football.
All right, my answer is pretty simple. It is the passion. To me, it's the passion, right? And we even feel it as people who talk about the Packers every day, right? No matter from a Kyle Packer backer saying why Green Bay is great standpoint, if you are a Packer fan, part of this is you've had an opportunity to be spoiled with great quarterbacks over the last 30 years, right? You don't need to apologize for that. But despite the heartbreak, despite only 2 Super Bowls in the 30 years, it is all about the Green Bay Packers. When I moved to Wisconsin to be a Wisconsin Badger on the basketball team, I didn't realize that Sundays things were different.
Yeah.
People wear the same clothes. They go to the grocery store at the same time. They have their routines. And you don't mess with Green Bay Packers fans on Sunday. When I say mess with, you don't mess with the routines that they have. I know Kyle has them. I know it's just there's something different about the fan experience. And then I evolved from being someone who's living in Madison, Wisconsin, to then graduating from Madison, coming to watch the Badgers play LSU. I've mentioned this before. I had never been to Lambeau Field. When I walked into Lambeau Field, I had been to Soldier Field. I hadn't even been to a Bears game before, but I saw a soccer game like U.S. Soccer play a friendly. I was like, what is this place? This Soldier Field sucks. I walked into Green Bay, and I felt like there was a different aura, right? I hear the word aura a lot thrown around right now. It's like a buzzword for these kids. And the aura of just the feeling of championship vibes, you can't speak, right? It's what Ron Rivera said. Take it all in. Enjoy the moment. Like you don't go to other stadiums and you're like, oh man, you got to take MetLife Stadium in.
That's the truth.
You know what I mean?
That's
like
the
you don't
truth.
go to Soldier Field. Let's take that in. Sure, maybe like there's something cool about Levi Stadium in San Francisco with the rich history there, but like it's different in terms of the small market, the whole state, and everywhere in the country. There's a reason why at road games it feels like home games for the Green Bay Packers, right? So to me, as it evolved, right, and I've done some stupid stuff. I've done some stupid stuff that maybe made Packer fans mad, but it shows me how passionate they are over everything. Some lunatic could show up with a Aaron Rodgers jet jersey for Matt LaFleur to sign, and they will go on Twitter, and some of them wanted me to get hurt. I didn't like them. But the ones who just ripped on me and called me an idiot and what are you doing, that shows the passion of how much they care. I'm a nobody. I'm on the radio talking about the Green Bay Packers, and because I badgered Matt LaFleur like a little baby to sign my jersey, they took offense for their head coach, and they had his back. It is the definition of a Packer patting on Kyle on the backer.
It is.
It's everything.
No, and what you feel is when you went to Lambeau for the first time, when Wisconsin played LSU, you felt the culture, right? You felt the winning. It is all absolutely contagious. And then overall, as a fan, over the last 30-plus years, we have been treated to some amazing football that affirm our love and our pride in the Green Bay Packers. I know we talked about it before with Michelle when she joined us a couple of days ago, is that the trophy is literally named after Vince Lombardi, right? And so it just makes you just feel this sense of entitlement, this sense of greatness, this sense of passion that this football team is one of the greatest, if not the greatest. I know for a fact that I am blessed and fortunate to be able to say I am a Packer backer because I could be a Bengals fan, yuck. I could be a Vikings fan, yuck. I could be a Lions fan, yuck. I could be a Chargers fan, yuck. But I was blessed to be born in Wisconsin and have Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, and Jordan Love as my quarterback. I am so lucky to be a Packer fan.
800-990-3776. What is the favorite part for you being a Green Bay Packer fan? And we got here because, as we've been talking, Michelle Smallman is looking to become an NFL fan again as the city of St. Louis got the Rams ripped from them from a greedy owner. And she has expressed her disdain. She got to give him a dirty look, she said, in person. I think she said that to us.
She did. Powerful.
And Brad Nortman put together a wonderful poem to Michelle as to why she should become a Green Bay Packer fan. Now, with that, Ashton Rotman had bad production as Ernie at a barn chimed in and said, "What the bleep was that backup noise for the brilliant poem? I was expecting a platoon from the Civil War to appear on YouTube."
Oh, wow.
He texted that in.
That's
apparently, the powers that be, Ashton Rotman, running the show today on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, has already put together a new version of the poem.
Okay.
Here is the poem from Brad Nortman. Hopefully that he is not trolling us with great background music behind the poem. Here it is.
Rose at stake, decision to make. What future do you see? Hanging around in Titletown is where you want to be. The tundra's frozen for the Packer chosen, but winning keeps you warm. With cheese curds and brats and love throwing dots, we will weather any storm. Take my hand and join the party, home of the Lombardi. Your heart will be struck. Year after year, the Pack gives reason to cheer. And besides, the Bears still suck. Those other teams, they will crush your dreams. No need to further date. As tempting as they are, they'll leave a scar, especially the Jets, number 8. At Lambeau Field, let's save the date. Why wait? Welcome to fanhood bliss. Let's grow old in the green and gold. Those Rams you'll never miss. You have every reason to be a Packer this season. It's meant to be, surely you know. We will say it together, no matter the weather, right from your heart. Go Pack,
go! Pack, go!
All right. That had better vibes.
Right to break, Ashton. Right to break. It still needs work, but I like it.
Brust and Nortman, KBN.
Oh, no, not Coach Booty. People said yes, good riddance. He didn't do enough.
Not Coach Bud, but
Coach Booty.
They call him Booty, Bud?
Did they call him
Coach
Booty?
Bud. You know when I said Booty.
Only his friends call him Booty.
I said
on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Well, we're starting off with some action on 41 northbound, right about at Capitol Drive. The left shoulder is blocked. We got a crash there. We've also got a crash along 43 southbound. The right lane is blocked as you're making your way into the Marquette on the ramp to westbound 94. So be careful with that one. Then we've got one on eastbound 94 at Highway C, just west of Highway 83. It's off on the left shoulder there. So that's also going to be tying things up just a bit. Traffic is brought to you by 2 Men in a Junk Truck. Have unwanted clutter or junk? Go to 2meninajunktruck.com for a free, no obligation estimate. Keep what you love, ditch what you don't. And check out the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, partly cloudy skies, a low of 63. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, warm, and more humid, a high of 85. Weather's brought to you by Higher Love Cannabis Company. Find your Higher Love today, only 59 miles from Green Bay. Find higherlove.com/CBD. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Even when you think you know what's going on, you can never be too sure.
I will say, if you're driving yourself to the game, can't bring
Come on.
Packers, nonsense, chaos.
18, 19. If you're a teenager, you could still bring a glove.
License is the way to go.
What if it's vote?
No.
Why can't we compromise?
I'm willing to vote. I don't know how to make it more clear.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, morning 7 to 9 on 94.5 ESPN and available wherever you get your podcasts with Wisconsin On Demand.
Hey, it's ESPN Wisconsin's Kyle Walsh for Universal Windows Direct. Right now, for every 2 windows you buy, get 2 free. Buy 2, get 2. Buy 4, get 4. Call 414-410-2000 to schedule your free in-home estimate today. And remember, football season is here and cooler temps are on the way, so do not wait. For every 2 windows you buy, you get the next 2 free plus 0% financing for 60 months. That is 5 years. Restrictions apply. For the last windows you'll ever need, go to uwd.com, and like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
Looking for that ultimate game day hangout during football season? Welcome to Magoo's on the Mound. Now open at 11 a.m. Tuesday through Sunday. With 13 TVs, you won't miss a moment of the action. Enjoy our free 100-square pool with amazing prizes and a complimentary halftime buffet. Plus, we've got great drink specials to keep you cheering. And don't forget, we offer shuttles to and from all Milwaukee baseball games. Magoo's on the Mound, where green and gold fans gather and where every game day is a win.
Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. It's racing season at the legendary Great Lakes Dragaway, and our schedule of events is ready. We've still got our yearly holiday weekend races like Labor Day weekend, plus Nitrous Streetcar Brawl, Import Wars, and Night of Fire. You can also book corporate and private events. Take advantage of our season-long passes and even schedule a time to take your car down the legendary quarter mile. Go to GreatLakesDragaway.com for pricing and info. Great Lakes Dragaway, just a burnout west of I-94 on County KR. Be there.
The Island invites you to fall into golf with late season rounds at Sweetgrass or Sage Run. The vibrant fall colors and cooler temperatures make for great days out on the golf course. Fall golf rates run September 16th through the end of the 2024 season, with tee time starting at $75 and stay and play packages starting at $110. And submit your 2025 golf package requests early to guarantee choice dates. Plan your fall golf adventure today at islandresortgolf.com.
For For your next night out, make Aria, the acclaimed restaurant inside St. Kate the Arts Hotel, your dinner destination. Aria, nestled on the second floor of St. Kate, is an artful dining experience that captivates with its culinary creativity. Delighting in its offering of artisanal American cuisine, the restaurant transcends tradition and leans into the realm of playful and inventive flavors. Come and experience the magic of Aria, where every bite is a work of culinary artistry. Learn more and make reservations at aria@stkate.com.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Ashton Rotman running the show for Alex Strofe. It's Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin, live from Tsunami Express Car Wash. Free car washes, the line is starting to get as it should for these free car washes, as people are buzzing in and out with dirty cars, coming out clean on the other side. If you drive from Beaver Dam or Madison, the offer still stands. You got a window washer, a tire guy, and a vacuum guy. 800-990-3776 and on Twitter at KBN ESPN. Streaming on YouTube, ESPN Milwaukee, ESPN Madison. As we've come to the end of open practices, we're likely not going to see the starters on Saturday in the finale of preseason. Roster cuts on Tuesday, and we are 2 Fridays away from real football. I ask you, KBN Nation and Kyle and Brad, 800-990-3776, what is your biggest question mark hanging around, lingering in the mind as we are getting close to real action?
So for me, the easy answer is kicker, right? And we've talked about this probably at our audience's nauseum. Not for me, of course. I could talk specialists all day. So it is the kicker position for me, but it's more than that as I reflect on it. It's special teams. It really is special teams, because whether it be the kickoff, will we be able to reclaim? Will the Packers be able to reclaim Keyshawn Nixon as an X factor, as a guy that can really change field position? And it's even more than just the kicker in whoever it is, probably Carlson at this point, but Daniel Whalen. Will he be able to take the next step as a punter and just being able to make the Packers special teams not a liability like it so often is, but at a minimum a neutral and maybe even an X factor to help this team? If they can do that, that is such a huge situation when it comes to hidden yardage and being able to win the field position battle, which is critical. 100 yards of field position equals 7 points in the NFL. And the average margin of victory is 3 points. So you're talking about 50 yards of field position is one of the things that helps dictate the results of games. So for me, it's kicker, but even more than that, it's special teams. I want to see this team be dynamic in special teams, and for Rich Bisaccia to earn that $2 million coaching salary that he's getting and be at least in the top half of special teams, not the bottom half, like the Packers so often are.
Our guy who got a car wash, a KBN Nation listener, I think it was Orlando. Orlando.
Orlando.
From Milwaukee chimes in with the defense, and that was not a chiming in on the text line. That was with the window down with a fresh, clean car from Tsunami Express.
Smart man.
Looking good.
I have one concern, that a question that I didn't answer. It's the defense, and that is my answer, because I want to end with the Packer backer Kyle Wallace, because that was a question that I asked Jason, right? And I thought Jason answered my question well. I was like, we know it's going from 3-4 to 4-3, and I thought his answer of saying it's just simpler for this team, right? Like it's you don't have to react. The aggression is there. So he gave a good answer as it pertains to what the changes are. But it's another season that we're heading into with kind of more questions than answers, right? We have more answers on the offensive side because we've seen it in real play. How many times have we gone into a season for the Green Bay Packers on the defense and felt, as I use this word a lot, bullish about what their potential is?
Too dang many.
And so my question still is, what is this? Not what is it going to look like, because I have an idea of the aggression. Less zone, less reading, reacting for guys up front. It is more fill the gap, get to the quarterback and also fill the gap and have the linebackers and the safeties come up and finish plays on the run.
Attack.
So I understand what's going to look like, but what are the results going to be? How does the talent of the signing of Xavier McKinney, of keeping Preston Smith in a veteran role, signing Kenny Clark to a third contract, Rashawn Gary got a big extension last year, Jair Alexander, when he got his contract, was the highest paid cornerback in the NFL. I'm listing all these guys, and you would think as you're listing guys at every level of the defense, from the back end at safety to outside at corner, to an investment in Quay Walker in the first round of the NFL 2022 NFL draft, to Devontae Wyatt, who was also a first-round pick, to Eric Stokes, who was also a first-round pick, to LVN, who was also a first-round pick. There's a lot there where we're still trying to decipher, is it talent or is it scheme? And I think because we've been in a 3-4 under Pettin and Joe Barry as the defensive coordinators to now a 4-3, it's kind of like, hey, you're either a player or you're not, right? Because we have filming you in 3-4. If it was you as talent, and the reason why the defense never got to top 10, we'll find out. Because if they are not a top 10 defense, I'm not saying that they're going to be a bad defense. We'll just know the talent isn't exactly what we thought it was. So my question is still about the defense.
And so I think you both are spot on, right? Brad with the special teams, you with the defense. Specifically with the special teams, we already know the problem we have at kicker. It's been talked about extensively. It's been covered by Tom Rinaldi when he told us last year during the playoff game that head coach Matt LaFleur basically praised when Anders Carlson went out there to try to kick a field goal. So we understand that kicking field goals has been an issue with the Green Bay Packers. But then, Brad, you talked about special teams. That special teams we had last year, in Rich Bisaccia's first season, the Green Bay Packers were 22nd. You would think at year 2 they would take a step forward, right?
You think so?
Did not happen. They went down to 29th last year. The most penalized team on special teams with 19 penalties last year for a total of 178 yards, where on average it's usually about 98 yards that they give up on special teams. The Green Bay Packers special teams needs to be more disciplined, and they need to be better, because in order for you to win the championship, you have to execute at a high level and at a very good level on not only offense, not only defense, but also special teams. We don't want to be the team that wins despite having a bad defense. We don't want to be a team that wins despite having a bad special teams. We want to be as well-rounded as a football team as possible. So, Brad, you're absolutely right. Special teams needs to be better. Now, Ben, you talked about the defense as well. It's not so much the passing defense that concerns me. You got Xavier McKinney back there. You got Jair Alexander as well. Both guys can play at an all-pro level. It is the front seven that concerns me the most. Something that Matt LaFleur said last year. He said that defense got what on the run game?
Gashed. Tons of other adjectives.
You never want to talk about a team being gashed. The Green Bay Packers last year allowed 127 rushing yards per game. That is not going to get it done, because that is not championship-level run defense. So the Green Bay Packers overall, you can't have multiple games of 200-yard rushers. You just can't allow that to happen. So when it comes to the defense specifically, I'm looking for this run defense to be more stout and to compete more this season for the Green Bay Packers than what they did last year. And I'm looking for Rich Bisaccia, because I'm going to tell you this right now. If the Packers are 20 or worse with special teams, Rich Bisaccia getting fired.
He got to go. That's too much money to bring in somebody to specialize in special teams.
If the defense and the special teams plays at a top 15 level, the Green Bay Packers for sure will be competing for a Super Bowl. That is what's going to determine for our team this year.
I agree that special teams are important for sure, and it definitely plays a huge factor. There are 3 phases of the game. The Patriots were always known for having stout special teams, not just good Gostkowski or Vinatieri. But what I want to add to this is, I think Jason Wilde graded Jordan Love's camp performance as a B, right? And it's not an A, it's not a C, it's a B. I just find it fascinating that we spent a lot of time about being concerned about this offense, right? They didn't look good against the Broncos. We only saw 3 plays against who was the first special teams game against the Browns that I was blanking on. And in training camp, before even you got to those preseason games, we kept hearing about how the defense kept winning practices. So I just find it fascinating that no one of us 3 chose the offense. It is definitely something that is, as we get another honk from a KBN Nation fan that could chime in at 800-990-3776 with their biggest question mark for the Green Bay Packers heading into the season. I just find it a little fascinating that we still, with the 4 wide receivers that are in their second and third year, an offensive line with not a ton of depth, two tight ends that are in their second year and a quarterback that was great in the last 10 games that got paid a whole lot of money to play at an elite level, not just a good level.
Well, let's be honest. If you take out the joint practice against the Ravens, which is probably the most important practice of all of training camp, so it does hold a little bit extra weight, they haven't had a great camp, right? I thought that this offense would hit the ground running once as Jordan Love came back and the contract got signed and dated, and it just hasn't happened yet. And I guess I'm wondering, is that due to the defense, or is there very real rust that the offense is still trying to knock off? I have the most optimism about then, even with this preseason performance, just because what they did in real games last year. I mean, last year, the last half of the season, there were a few better offenses than the Green Bay Packers. So I guess I'm just a little bit surprised that they haven't done that so far in training camp. I thought it was going to be child's play for them.
And I'm starting to get a feel that this Green Bay Packers team may be more of a game day type team, and I feel like that lackadaisical thing in practice might be impacting the Green Bay Packers offensively, and I feel like Matt LaFleur has to figure that out and solve that, because the way they performed yesterday, talking about Christian Watson, Moss and Kyle Hamilton, who also is a big guy as well, and the offense just being very, very efficient. I would say that was probably some of the best reports we got from the offense all camp, right?
Yeah, it's just, again, it's a little all I'm saying, it's a little prisoner of the moment, which you tend to do specifically is ride the high of what has happened now versus looking holistically.
High as a kite today, baby.
This offense, you said they seem to be like a gamer type team.
Yeah.
I think they're very, I'm not trying to say this is a system offense, but they're very game plan. They're very scheme heavy, right? They find the matchups, and Jordan Love goes through his progressions, and they deliver the football. So I do think that this team is better on game days because because Matt LaFleur is so good at schemes, and everybody is so committed to executing that scheme. I do think that matters.
Well, Brad, we all made good points, and it's hot out here, and gets me a little thirsty.
Oh, it sure does. It gets me thirsty for a carbless. It's a Friday. It's end of the week by my note. It's 3:30 already. That means it's not long before I know I am diving in to the Nortman fridge and having a carbless. When I get home, that's where I'm going to go to, right to the basement, right to the Nortman fridge and grabbing a carbless. That's because it has everything I'm looking for when it comes to a relaxing cocktail. I'm just trying to enjoy myself a little bit, and I have it with the guilt-free experience. No carbs, no sugars, gluten-free, 100 calories per can, less carbonation. That means less bloat on my stomach when I drink it, but still so carbonated that it's delicious. Less guilt when drinking is the takeaway. It's made right here in the great state of Wisconsin. And honestly, a day like today, where it's like mid-70s, it's perfect summer, that margarita 4-pack is just perfect for a summer weekend like today. But there's also the classic cocktails like margarita and Paloma and Moscow Mule, and so many fruit flavors like cranberry, black cherry, pineapple, lemon, lime. Man, there's just so much. Even thinking about it, talking about it, makes me want to grab a carbless right now. So if you have not discovered why Liss is more, this Friday, today, it's the perfect time to start doing it. And you can find them online and at retailers near you. Liss is more with Carbless.
More Kyle, Brust, and Nortman live from Tsunami Express. Don't go anywhere.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
Milwaukee County, you need to shovel the pathway to the lake, okay? I had to step through snow in order to get to the lake.
I think Kyle's the Karen of the show.
I think
he's high maintenance, for sure.
I think Kyle pays taxes in the county of Milwaukee that just went up, so I expect for this stuff to be piled.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Well, we're starting off with some action on 41 northbound, right about at Capitol Drive. The left shoulder is blocked. We got a crash there. We've also got a crash along 43 southbound. The right lane is blocked as you're making your way into the Marquette on the ramp to westbound 94. So be careful with that one. Then we've got one on eastbound 94. It's Highway C, just west of Highway 83. It's off on the left shoulder there. So that's also going to be tying things up just a bit. Traffic is brought to you by 2 Men in a Junk Truck. Have unwanted clutter or junk? Go to 2meninajunktruck.com for a free, no obligation estimate. Keep what you love, ditch what you don't. And check out the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, partly cloudy skies, a low of 63. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, warm, and more humid, a high of 85. Weather's brought to you by Higher Love Cannabis Company. Find your higher love today, only 59 miles from Green Bay. Find higherlove.com/CBD. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Don't put your life on hold to earn a degree. Lakeland University has a long history of making students' dreams come true. Since 1862, build a schedule that meets your needs with options for 7 and 12-week courses, evening classes, and the ability to join classes remotely. Lakeland University is Wisconsin's leader in evening and online education. They have a main campus in Sheboygan County and 6 centers throughout the whole state. Lakeland University. Affordable, quality, flexible. Find out your next steps at info.lakeland.edu.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher, and summer is here. But if you want your parking lots and asphalt to be ready for winter, you have to remember the 3 R's from Johnson & Sons Paving. Reseal every 2 to 3 years. Repair when you see signs of cracking or potholes. And replace if there's constant standing water, buckling, or sinking. Don't scare customers or tenants away because of a bad parking lot. Connect with Johnson & Sons today before minor repairs end up being huge headaches. Schedule an appointment at johnsonsonspaving.com.
Do you remember that electric moment when you suddenly realized that she was the one?
The one you were going to love forever.
The one you'd been waiting your whole life to meet.
She is the one.
The one.
Now it's time to find the one engagement ring that sparkles like she does.
Come to Kessler's Diamonds. We have a collection of incredibly special diamond engagement rings called the One Collection.
You need one special engagement ring for the one woman you will ever love.
Kessler's Diamonds is the one jewelry store where you can find the One Collection.
And Kessler's is the one store that offers the world-famous, no excuses, no fine print, lifetime warranty on every diamond engagement ring we sell.
We have the freedom to do this for you because Kessler's Diamonds is the one diamond store owned by its employees.
The One Collection starts at just $550.
Welcome to Kessler's.
Find the Kessler's nearest you at kesslersdiamonds.com.
Derek Jeter for American Family Insurance.
Life's better when you're under the American Family Insurance roof because they'll help protect your family's dreams. Whether it's a kid like me aiming for the big leagues, future rocket scientist, we have liftoff, or a budding prima ballerina, you can count on an American Family Insurance agent to help you dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Welcome to another episode of Analysis, man.
From Buck superstar Giannis.
And then I'm going to Chris at the time. What did coach mean? What do you...
And even Green Bay QB Jordan Love. There's only one call for these conversations.
I've never been in a Lambeau, and I have to, right? What is this Lambeau league?
Tune in to the Thanalysis Show, presented by Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. Find it today on Apple, Spotify, and anywhere you get podcasts.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Kyle, Brust, and Nortman with you across ESPN Wisconsin, live from Tsunami Express Car Wash. Free car washes, people. I mean free when I say free. Corner of Fond du Lac and Capitol. It's buzzing. People are getting their free car washes. Their free tire pressure with free air, free vacuums. And you got to get the membership. Here's what the membership's all about, folks. When you become a $5 monthly membership, you get, like Brad, you just tell them.
Yeah, I mean, you cycle through as often as you want. Unlimited times that you can cycle through. There's 3 different tiers that you can choose from, all the way as low as $5 to start. You know me, I'm the ceramic member because I like it nice and clean, top of the line across the board. But even that, if you come twice throughout the month, you've already paid for your membership. And I can come every single day if I want to.
All that salt that you're going to have
Think about that. And I want mine to look good. So you can come every single day if you want to. Like Ben said, free vacuums, free air pressure. There are so many ways to make your car, make your experience wonderful. And Ben's going to get that experience next segment.
At 3:45, I will be jumping in the fiance's car that, as I look at it, I can't, guys, I don't know if you go through this with your spouses. I can't tell if the lines on the side of the car are from hitting something or if they're from dirt.
Oh,
wow. So I'm about to find out because I'm going to get a clean car wash, and I'm going to see if baby girl is running into some stuff or if it's just dirt.
Yeah, and you might take one of those complimentary rags that they got to really scrub that area.
What
to make
is
sure
that?
that's
What is that thing? Is that a parking garage, Mark?
Now, this is an interesting question, Ben. Does your fiance know that you are getting her car washed today, or will this be a nice surprise to say, hey, baby, here you go, a fresh new car? Because
I have a feeling that when she drove down to the bridal shower, she had the show on, and she knows we're at Tsunami Express.
So the expectation.
I'm not saying there's an expectation, but there would be a disappointment if there was not a car wash.
You was at a car wash that you can get a $5 membership on top of the fact that you can get a free
one,
car
right?
wash, and you didn't wash my car.
And you didn't do that for me?
Wedding's off.
And I'll tell you what, if she's listening to the show, she has heard the offer of the Madison and Beaver Dam folks that come here, and you said you would vacuum.
I would do it for them, yeah.
And so if you do not vacuum her car, to the extreme fashion our car, she's going to be like, you will do this for a stranger, but you're going to half-butt our vacuuming of our own car? You can't have that, so you're going to have to really vacuum that car out.
Now,
you can say half-ass, bro.
Okay.
This baby girl, half peachy. This baby girl in the backseat, is she throwing food on the floor yet, or she's not that old?
Ooh. No. We're not feeding her while she's driving, you idiot.
No, when kids are in the backseat, they get food sometimes that they get snack on.
I mean, maybe some pouches down the line, but right now it's all, you give it to her in these controlled environments.
Yeah, you never
put her in the high chair, you let her get messy, like, hey, baby girl, start throwing the pouch everywhere and getting everything dirty.
Well, I wasn't sure how much you need to clean the car now.
This is an opportunity for you to really turn the page of Dirty Ben, right? I mean, to not be
Ben.
Stinky Ben.
Yes, and I will be seeing my fiance's niece, who has named me Stinky Ben, next weekend. We'll see if she has the guts to call it to my face after 6 months or 7 months of not seeing each other.
Stinky Ben. Stinky Ben.
Caleb Williams sucks, huh? We did ask the question, the biggest worry or concern or question that you have heading into the season that has not been answered in your mind. And I think we kind of nailed it, right? I mean, there's questions at the kicker. What's the defense look like with the 4-3 and the talent that we believe that there is on the defense? And if you want to have question marks about Jordan Love and can he play up to the elite contract, I understand that. But my next question is aligned around the fact that we saw 3 plays against the Browns from the offense. It seems as if the defense got the better of them early in camp. It was a bad showing from Jordan Love in the offense against the Broncos. It's been a bright spot having heard what we heard yesterday from the joint practice, but overall, I don't like doing grades. I'd probably say it feels like a B- training camp. What would you say real quick? Just give me a quick answer.
I would say, I don't want to agree with you, but just for the sake of conversation, I would give it just a flat B. The only reason, if you were to take...
I said quick, because there's B.
Listen, you may not want to agree with him, but you're absolutely right. It is a B- at best.
So we're 3 B-. It's okay to agree.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you were spot on, Ben.
Particularly compared to the
a
expectations.
blind squirrel can find a nut a couple times.
And
right?
so when you have a B-, I ask you both now, if the Packers start slow week 1, will you utilize the B- training camp as a reason why the offense and the team started slow?
Yes. I mean, you practice like you play. And if they have not found their rhythm, if they haven't consistently been able to do that, if they start slow with all the game planning that Matt LaFleur is going to do, all the matchups, all the things that you can bust out week 1 as sort of a surprise, if they still, with all of that, come out and struggle and they're not in rhythm and the receivers aren't where they need to be and their timing isn't down, you have to point to practice of saying, look, they didn't achieve what they needed to achieve to come out hitting the ground running in week 1. Now, you can point to a lot of reasons as to why that is. You can make the argument, well, they don't need to do the preseason games because we can get good practices in. But they haven't had really good practices either, except for one with the Baltimore Ravens. So if they start slow, I don't know what else I would point to outside the practices.
It very well, Brad, could be. I mean, with the schedule that they have to start, it's very winnable. But it could just be the team's not as good as we thought, right? They still are growing. They're still growing through their growing pains and still have the bumps in the road, and they're still figuring out their identity over overall as a team. I think having a B-minus training camp doesn't mean that this team isn't good. I think it just means that this team in practice has not offensively been the team we expected them to be. But if they start off slow, I'm not going to blame it on training camp. I'm going to simply say, well, maybe this team is still trying to find themselves.
My other quick question is, with that B-minus grade, are you grading them on a curve? Like, if this was last year's team with the same training camp, would you give them a B+? Because you're like, maybe this team isn't bad. Or you think this was objectively
this was a
B-minus?
bad training camp for a team that you would expect more from, but because it's still a team that I believe in, and they showed me something last year, like with enough guys that went through the 2 and 5 to get to the playoffs and winning in the playoffs, I'm willing to give them a little bit more of a pass on my grade. If this was last year's training camp, it'd be a C-, D+.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I feel like actually last year's training camp, it seemed to me was a little better one, right? Like we saw some good reviews, but also we got to see more Jordan Love in the preseason games, and he played well in preseason.
Good. He looked good.
He played well in preseason, so that also played in that. The importance of the preseason game was more magnified and more important because this year you understood that you weren't going to get as much as Jordan Love in that offense in preseason than you got last year as well. That's why the training camp practices were so much more important this year.
800-990-3776. Casey in a car, a KBN fan for life here. I love the wide receiver squad very much. But should we have reached out to get a more veteran type for both the locker room and for Love? And maybe find cushion or whatever you want to call it. I love the fandom and I love the question. I think where I don't feel like they need a veteran is because Goody has committed to his strategy, and the strategy being the young guys growing together. And I think that will create competition internally, whether we believe it or not, right? They all can say they get along, but as Brad, you know, being in an NFL locker room, people are playing for their jobs, and it's not for long league for a reason. And so I think the competition amongst them will grow together as we have a lot of people coming through the Tsunami Express car wash.
Man, somebody just whipped backwards. That was crazy.
That was crazy. I'm about to hop in my car, not whip backwards, but go in the car wash. And before I do, I got to tell you about Potawatomi Casino Hotel because their brand new sports book is going to be your home for all you need to watch in college football, NBA, NFL. It's all going to be on the 2,000 square foot video wall with a bar, a great kitchen that has wonderful food. They have kiosks. They have a place you can place bets with a person. They have bingo, slot machines, table games. Everything's at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, but that brand new sports book is absolutely dynamite.
Can I tell you, I was just talking to somebody about the sports book, and they said, hey, Kyle, I went to Potawatomi, and I didn't know they had this sports book. Oh, my gosh, it was majestic. It was magical. I don't know why anybody would not go there just to watch a game.
That's what I'm saying. It's a movie theater
it was amazing.
Sports watching.
Unbelievable.
Ben Brust going to be live on his phone going through the Tsunami Express car wash. We'll see if Brad and Kyle can do a segment without me. Next.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
If I was as tall and as talented as you, if I could shoot as well as you could, both them teams would have won. Because you know what? You did a fake punch, you said, in the Rose Bowl?
Yeah.
And I would have did fake point. I would have took it to the house. I would have scored a dang touchdown.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. All the big plays.
Brust, left field, way back, gone.
Every single week.
Here's the pitch from Abreu. Oh, he drilled him on the shoulder, and the benches are starting to clear.
Major League Baseball on ESPN Radio happens right here.
In there, and that does it. History in the desert.
Tune in for baseball's biggest matchups here on 94.5 ESPN and streaming on the Wisconsin On Demand app.
ESPN Milwaukee's Gabe Neitzel. I've spent a while telling you about Mentality because it works. Not just for me, though. Take it from fellow Mentality user Jason. He's got a new lease on life thanks to Mentality.
The process was easy. It really, truly was. And the individuals that work at Mentality, very helpful, very respectful. It was an easy out. You go in a week after, they give you the results right away. And once you find that you're able to do it, just that thought, the energy already picked up a little bit. Most of it could have been mentally wise, but knowing that, hey, I get to start this, it was incredible.
Learn more today at LoTUSA.com.
They say seeing is believing, and when you see what's inside at American Place Casino, you better believe You're gonna love it. Because when it comes to amazing gaming, we're a real game changer. With the most exciting of table games like blackjack, craps, and roulette, the newest slots, a sportsbook, restaurants, bars, and more. So if you're ready for excitement, we'll see you soon. American Place Casino. Change the game.
Must be 21 years of age or older. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, crisis counseling and referral services can be accessed by calling 1-800-GAMBLER, 1-800-426-2537.
The Bog in Saukville is Ozaki County's best golf experience. 18 championship holes designed by legendary golfer Arnold Palmer cater to golfers of all skill levels. Settled amongst over 250 acres of beautiful private land, the Bog offers a truly unforgettable golf experience. Play the finest greens of Wisconsin, and after your round, have a signature cocktail while enjoying our Friday fish fry from the clubhouse overlooking the 18th green. It's time to golf, Wisconsin. It's time to enjoy the Bog.
Let's get the latest from Lambeau. This is your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Tri-City National Bank, your hometown bank. Tri-City National Bank offers a full suite of personal and business banking products at 28 convenient locations. Open your account today at the community bank that was voted Milwaukee's best bank. Learn more at tcnb.com.
After a poor joint practice showing against the Broncos, Jordan Love bounced back, delivering a stronger performance against a great Ravens defense in their joint practice on Thursday. Whether or not Love and the Packers starters play in their preseason finale against the Ravens this weekend, Love believes the offense is ready to go for Week 1 in Brazil against the Eagles.
You know, having the two joint practices and then going against our defense all camp, we got a really good defense, so it helped a lot. I like where we're at offensively, and I think we're ready to go, get the season started.
The Packers wrap up preseason play Saturday afternoon at Lambeau Field against the Baltimore Ravens. Kickoff is at noon.
This has been your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Tri-City National Bank.
First time building your own nest? Call Tri-City. We'll do the rest. Our hometown lenders will put you at ease. Your home building process will be a breeze. Tri-City National Bank. Equal housing lender. NMLS 433891.
Looking for a better used car interest rate? At Ewald, we make it easy to save thousands during the used car rate reduction event. Get rates as low as 4.9% on Ewald Automotive Group's best used cars. 4.9% on over 600 vehicles at 10 locations. Increase your purchase power with a better used car from the name Milwaukee has trusted for 60 years. Don't wait. Get a better rate. Available to very well qualified customers. Up to $20,000 financed for up to 48 months. See dealer for details. Offer ends August 31st.
Hi, it's Haley from the newest Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men in Oak Creek. Come see me today. Haircuts are just $20. Lady Jane's, Oak Creek on Howell Ave, just south of Puth Road. Walk in anytime, 7 days a week, even Sundays. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Oh, it's days like today you would be thankful that you have Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. And if you don't, now is the time to act. That's right. Say goodbye to those old windows, those creaky doors. They're letting out the air conditioning and letting in the bugs. You gotta get Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Their premium product for a deal of a lifetime right now. This deal, they don't offer it very often, so listen very carefully. 0% interest for up to 60 months. That's right, 0% interest for up to 60 months. That's 5 years with no money down and equal payments. Pella is finding a way to make these windows and doors, their beautiful premium Pella windows and doors, affordable for you. But hurry, this offer ends on August 31st. That's 8 days. That means you have to act now. Visit PellaWI.com today and get you some Pella windows and doors in Wisconsin.
It is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman here on ESPN Wisconsin, and we are live from Tsunami Express Car Wash right here on Fond du Lac and Capitol in Midtown Milwaukee. And you might be wondering, why is Kyle bringing the show in? I could have sworn Ben didn't take a vacation day, even though Ben loves to take his vacation days, but that is because Brad, our good old friend, what did you call him or what?
Ben is the guinea pig of KBN Nation. Now, you could also say he's the benefactor because when we were at Lady Jane's, he also got his hair cut while we were on air, and he talked us through that. And now he is the beneficiary of going through the car wash. Ben Brust right now is in his fiance's car. It's an important distinction. Fiance's car going through the Tsunami Express car wash. Ben, where are we in the line? How's it going?
If y'all can hear me, I am coming
jamming
through the car
out.
wash right now.
I see your car go in.
He's waving me up. Say hi right here. Say hi. Yeah, he said say hi.
Make sure you roll your window up now, Ben.
Yeah.
So I got to talk to him.
Okay, windows have to be up. This is a reminder for you, Ben.
He said put it in neutral.
Yeah,
that's what you do.
That is Car Wash 101, right? Hands off the wheel, put it in neutral. I love the Car Wash song in the background. Ben, give us a little bit of play-by-play. Are we working with suds yet, or is it still in the pre-wash cycle?
So right now I got the drizzle wash coming down. You can see on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee.
Oh, yeah.
Kyle's
that looked
favorite thing
good.
is coming next. I see the thing coming up. See it? See it?
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah.
Can I just say that?
There it is. There it is. There it is.
I got green soap. Green and gold soap.
Green and gold soap. There are two things that are ultra satisfying in the Tsunami Express car wash. One, all the suds that they put on your car. It is just lathered and slathered in suds to see that come off. And the lights. I feel like I'm legitimately like in a light show.
No, for real.
It's unbelievable going through there.
It is an experience. I told y'all, as soon as I got my car washed, what did I say? I came in the next day to show prep. I said, that was a Tsunami experience that I had at the Tsunami Express. I absolutely loved it. I told my brother, I told my mama, I told my girl, I told everybody I knew, you have to come get a car wash. And guess who's coming today? My girl come and get one. My mama could have come one.
Man, let's
my
go.
brother couldn't wait. My brother said, I know you do the show there on Friday, but I got to go get my car washed right away. I'm telling you, this is a great opportunity down here. And as you can see, Ben Carr is getting some more swoosh on there.
It's tentacle time. It's the octopus tentacle time.
I'm telling you, this always felt like I was in a deep sea adventure, and the mammoth octopus tentacles were all over the car. Is it as satisfying as it was when you were a kid, Ben?
Yeah, the good news it didn't do the black dye thing. So that's good.
No, that is good. That is good. That would do the opposite of washing the car.
No, this is one of those things, though. Overall, like car wash and many other things that you did as a kid, right, that are just so nostalgic. And I did not know when I was going to come here how I would get that warm and fuzzy feeling inside like I was a kid again going to get my car washed.
That does not die in you. It really doesn't. Ben, I can see that you are now getting to maybe the tire cleaning and the turbo air dryer. And it's heat dryer. It's not just air. They actually apply some heat. So at this point of the car wash, Ben, what has been the most satisfying moment of the Tsunami Express car wash?
Why you ask me a question when it's the loudest?
The air they built, that's that air. The air's blowing on the car.
I will say most car washes you go into, they kind of, it's a half effort when it comes to the drying process.
It really is.
You never get it fully dry. When I left Tsunami Express, we did this pre-show, I couldn't see a dab of water.
No, there was no water on your car. It was clean as a whistle, not only looks-wise, but also wash-wise as well. Clean as a whistle.
It really was. I think we see Ben. He's about to exit. I am looking over to where the cars would be exiting Tsunami Express Car Wash. Ben, what was the experience like? And I see Ben
Here
Brust.
he is.
That car is clean as can be. Ben, what was the most satisfying part of the car wash?
I mean, why choose one when it's the whole entire experience? From the moment you got the guy spraying the stuff, to the early soap, to the machines, to the green and gold bubbles that you get for when you're going through things. Then you got the tentacle thing. You got the heat. Brad, you said it. One of my biggest pet peeves when I go to the car wash is when you go to the dryer, you get out of the car and you're like, damn, this is still like wet, and then you got to get your own rag and dry. It's clean as the whistle, dry as the whistle. So they gave me a great wash, and I'm going to hop off the phone and join you boys in 30 seconds.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Ben, Kyle, we just saw Ben drive out. A car is reflective. I mean, let's be honest. That is utterly reflective.
I really can't. And, Ben, before he talked about whether or not his fiance was, hitting things or whether or not that was actually dirt on his car. And guess what? It was dirt.
It was dirt.
It was dirt. She could drive.
And Ben is now going to check. He was concerned that there might have been scrapes or hit something on the car. And Ben, I saw a lot of dirt on it come away. We might not be so sure. There might be a scratch.
I think maybe,
but way before Tsunami
so
Express.
Tsunami Express done snitched on your fiance, huh?
My baby girl hit something. Oh, she hit something so hard on that right side.
The thing is, the car is so clean and reflective.
It definitely is hidden. Luckily, the paint scheme is like a charcoal gray, so it blends in. But I knew something was up when I looked at the car dirty. I was like, I didn't think it could be this dirty. That looks like a scratch.
I saw some mud stains kicked up from the tires all over the bottom of the car.
Bro, it looks fresh.
It looks fresh.
It looks fresh.
That looks new off
and it was free. Tsunami Express Car Wash at Fond du Lac and Capitol. It's Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. I hope on video it was as satisfying as it was for me in person. I don't know if you guys got to see it.
No,
look good.
No, you look good. You look good.
I don't care about me.
Can I give you just a little tip of advice?
Don't tell her.
Don't say anything about the scratch.
Yeah. Say I did it.
Just
not
let
worth
it.
the battle.
She knows about the scratch. She didn't tell you for a reason. Let it be. I don't want Tsunami.
I don't want a marriage that's not built on trust.
Well, you know what? Sometimes she's got to let stuff go. Go ahead, and let her have it. Let her come home to see her beautifully washed car.
Jim, Matt, and Molly up next in Madison. Kyle Wallace and Brad Nortman in pre-show. We're going off like they were guys at 50 years old at their local bar about their high school football days. Football season's here. Brad versus Kyle next in 2 minutes.
With me, oh yeah, sell out. With me.
Had an earlier accident on southbound 43 on the ramp to get out of westbound 94 in the Marquette. That has been cleared out of the way. We do still have delays, though, from before Hampton all the way to Capitol, and then again from North Avenue down through the Marquette. Northbound 43 is a bit backed up right past Fond du Lac Avenue. Heads up, northbound 41. We do still have an accident just at the end of the Capitol Drive on-ramp. It is out of traffic on the left shoulder, but we're seeing big delays coming all the way up from before Mayfair Road. Eastbound 94, there's still an accident there just before Highway 83 off on the left shoulder, but folks seem to be able to getting past that one relatively easy. A broken down vehicle 894 southbound just past the ramp from Beloit Road. We've got it off on the right shoulder, but it's affecting your ride. Delays back towards National Avenue. Traffic is brought to you by Dave & Buster's. Book your fantasy football draft party for a free draft kit, free room rental, free appetizers, and more. Dave & Buster's, your ultimate fantasy football draft experience. Visit dnbparty.com to get started. And check in the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, partly cloudy, a low of 63. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, warm, and more humid, a high of 85. Weather is brought to you by the Racine Raiders. Catch the Gridiron Bowl 2024 on Saturday, August 31st at 7 p.m. at Horlick Field in Racine. Get your tickets now at gridironbowl2024.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
True Chicago-style pizza is thin, crispy, and cut into squares. And thanks to Connie's Frozen Pizza, you can enjoy a true slice of the city. You'll enjoy it so much you won't even mind where it comes from. Connie's Frozen Pizzas are made from the same cornmeal crust Connie's has been serving for over 60 years. They're perfectly cheesy, perfectly saucy, and they're exactly what you crave. Get to know the true Chicago style with Connie's Frozen Pizza. Born in Chicago, loved by cheeseheads. Available in a freezer aisle near you.
Fisco is always there for your auto body care. When accidents happen, Fisco Auto Body on Forest Home in Franklin is there when you need them. Got a broken mirror? They'll take care of it. Dented bumper? Scratch paint? Fisco Auto Body will take care of it. If there's any damage you need fixed, Fisco has you covered. Their expert workmanship is guaranteed for the life of your vehicle. So stop in for all of your auto bumps and dings. Once again, you know the line. That's Fisco.
Tune in to KBN every day at 2 o'clock. Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. 94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN on 94.5 ESPN, the Wisconsin On Demand app, and streaming live at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
We them boys. We them boys.
It's the 414 hour at 4, live from Tsunami Express at Midtown in Milwaukee on KBN.
He is Kyle Wallace. I'm Ben Brust alongside Brad Nortman. You, KVN Nation, can get into the show at 800-990-3776.
Oh, I got to do the 414 hour.
In the 414.
In the 414. For real, Capitol and Fond du Lac is one of the most known intersections in Milwaukee.
I'm not going to lie. That was a really good 414. That was really good. You were feeling it. I felt it.
Man, this is my city.
Yeah, this is my city. This is my city.
Yeah, I mean,
all right, I don't even want to get to the question that I have here because I had so much fun not being live in person with you and hearing Brad and Kyle act like absolute buffoons before the show. So I'm just going to read what we have written down here. Does football start in our eyes this weekend or next weekend? And then I hear that there are high school stats that have been given to Brad by his father.
Correct.
Am I hearing things correctly?
That's correct.
What the hell is going on around here?
Well, Kyle talks a big game about the Whitefish Blade Blue Dukes and them trying to say that they were even close in this game against the Brookfield Central Lancers. When Kyle and I played one another our senior year of high school on the gridiron in the Wisconsin high school football playoffs. And it was almost this time last year when Kyle sprung that on me in our very first show because I didn't even know Kyle Wallace was a Whitefish Bay Blue Duke. That's how much of a that's how much. Whereas in the game plan, we weren't like, hey, we're safe.
Hang on.
Kyle's not playing.
I am going to be Tony Reale of Around the Horn right now, in which we saw our teammate Jen Latta. Right now, it is Brad, 2 points.
Okay.
Well, I mean, Brad just tried to drop the bomb because he put the whole, I played in the NFL thing. Let me tell you something right now. That Blue Dukes football team that played against y'all, you are lucky I was hurt and I couldn't play in that game. Because if we did, we would have for sure pulled off the upset. And if I played that season, I didn't tear my ACL, we wouldn't have even played y'all's team. No, we would
mute minus 1 point for Kyle for bringing his ACLs up because he wouldn't have affected the game.
Okay, we're talking about the game. What was your record? The Whitefish Blade Blue Dukes that year, 2007.
Either 5-4 or 6-3.
We're talking about a 500 football team here.
Yeah,
you didn't even know the damn record. Did it, Brad?
We were 7-2. Coming off state runner-up last year, of course, runner-up, second place, Brad. But yeah, I remember it was the first round of the playoffs. It was at home, and maybe we took y'all a little bit lightly.
No, stop it.
We did. We took you guys a little bit too lightly and still came out with the win.
A 5-4 team missing their stud starting corner all year, struggling when it came to the passing game.
What were your statistics?
Y'all barely beat us. Oh, the year before? I didn't let in a single touchdown.
Wait, the year before?
Because I was hurt.
Oh, you were hurt the whole
junior year.
I got hurt my whole season. And remember when we had the Midwest Combine? You remember the Midwest Combine?
Oh boy.
Oh yeah, your boy was one of the top corners in the state in the Midwest Combine. All right, I made it to the one down in Chicago, the showcase. Did you go to the showcase?
Brad, as the moderator of Around the Horn with Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, as the Blue Dukes and the Lancers went against each other in round 1 of Wisconsin high school football playoffs. Kyle, you are bragging right now about being invited to a showcase in Chicago. Did this showcase lead to any Division I looks or offers?
Oh, wait a minute now. Now, your boy, I was a good high school football player, but you can't teach speed to some of us. And I ain't had D1 speed. I was a D2, D3 player at best. At best when I had healthy knees. So I'm telling you this right now. No, it did not, because they would have looked, they would have said, okay, he looked good. And they would have looked at the number and said, oh, bench press, 185, that's a little weak. 40 time, 4'6", 4'7", you ain't playing corner in Division I.
Here's what
Broad jump 2 feet.
Here's what I want to know about how Kyle Wallace would have affected the game plan of the game.
I would have locked you up.
Based on the official stats of the game provided by Mr. Bill Nortman.
Did he do the stats?
No, but he just has all the stats from when I played. Drew, a friend of the show, Drew Herma, running back, literally known for hurdling a guy in this game.
Yeah, he did.
But whether it be you and Josh DiMaggio.
He wouldn't have hurdled me.
The first time I met Josh DiMaggio, he said, hey, I remember the whole football connection too for Whitefish Bay, correct? Because he played on that team as well.
He went to McGuanago.
McGuanago?
Yeah.
Who am I thinking of then?
I can't tell you, Brad.
Someone else said the same thing.
You're close to a mute.
Not Kyle Wallace. Okay, Drew Herma. 21 carries, 170 yards rushing. To my calculation, that's 8 yards per carry. Now, how would Kyle Wallace stop Drew Herma?
Because I'll tell you one thing. If Drew tried to hurdle me, I would have said, would have got him. He would have flipped up.
Oh, wow.
He wouldn't have been hurdling me.
How about this stat line?
Let's see what your stat line was.
Don't have tackles. That was my main thing. 3 receptions, 41 yards, and a touchdown, baby. Brad Nortman scored in that football game.
No way it would have happened. And here's
what about field goals?
I didn't kick field goals.
Oh, excuse me. What about punts?
I don't think we punted much.
It was a 34-27 game. And punts, but I just want you to know, a team that went to the Division II state championship game the year before.
We sure did.
Almost lost to a team that didn't have their starting quarterback. Our starting quarterback.
I was going to say, you can't throw the rock.
I cannot. Our starting quarterback was sick that day. Had he not been sick that day, we definitely would have upset.
Oh, that's when you should have like a Jordan flu game. Your best should come out.
God.
Don't give me the quarterback is sick.
He's a 16-year-old. What you mean Jordan flu game? And y'all barely.
That's some real Gen Z energy from your 16-year-old.
Y'all were barely able to beat us in that game. Y'all were some scrubs, and that's why the following week what happened.
We did lose the following week.
Exactly.
To Germantown, who went to the semifinals.
Germantown, we played that same season, and we also pushed them to the brink. And if it wasn't for
Kyle, Fish Bay, all they did was push people to the brink.
Push people to the limit and lose.
They didn't have a star defensive cornerback. Well, I wasn't the star. They didn't have a solid defensive cornerback. I would have been there. We lost the home.
Kyle, you're like a Corey Ballantyne.
No,
you're not even Harrington Ballantyne. You're the worst of the law firm.
In high school football, I would have been. I was a second tier, but we barely lost to Homestead 15-14.
Barely lost. All loser.
Wait a minute.
This is a hard argument. Are you trying to win anything?
No, the whole point is this. We barely lost to Germantown, who beat y'all. Had I played in that game, we would have beat them. We barely lost to Homestead. Had I played in the game, we would have beat them. And we barely lost to Brookfield Central. And had we played in that game, we would have stomped them.
How many points do you think you would have accounted for, Kyle Wallace?
I know. At least 14.
14 points? 14? You think just your presence on the defense would attribute 14-point swing?
I had it locked down.
Oh, my gosh. This guy talks like Jair, Ben.
This
is crazy.
Production's the same, too.
It was a no-fly zone before that time.
No-fly zone.
That's what I used to get bored during games. I'm like, dang, man.
I would have loved
going this way.
You think you're Revis Island, but you didn't even get a D2 scholarship.
Kyle, every once in a while.
You can't be slow and bad knees and get anything.
How could you be that good and also be slow and have bad knees? Are you sure that you played?
Oh, wow. That's disrespectful. You D1 fellas.
Dang, I can't even go that far.
Everybody can't be.
I feel like we've had a lot of conversations about making our dreams in our nighttime reality. Did you create this dream and then learn how to control your dreams? I was out there. No, I was really good. Man, I got hurt my senior year and it ruined my career.
To be very honest, if you talk to people, what they'll tell you is that Kyle was very unorthodox because I had a reputation for just going out there and playing. I didn't really care what I looked like. Just let me play ball. I hated practice because practice was so boring. I hated conditioning because, y'all see my chest. I hated running. I hated doing gamer. But come game day, boy, that's what they call it. Game day. They knew that we relied on.
So I got a question for you, Kyle. So I was obviously a punter at Wisconsin, but tight end and linebacker was my thing, right? That was my thing. I even got some small nibbles to play at like MAC schools and Ivy League schools for linebacker. So linebacker was my primary position.
They would have been very disappointed.
Probably.
Have a punt. Take that kid out. He's only a punter. You would have been the best punter in the MAC.
But obviously the 3 receptions with the touchdown shows that I was the starting tight end too. Every once in a while, I would not be on the line, but they'd bump me out in the slot. So let me ask you this, Kyle Wallace. I'm bumped out on the slot, and they put Kyle Wallace head-to-head against Brad Nortman. What would be your strategy to slow me down?
So let me tell you, you couldn't go to a MAC school to play tight end. The guy who I practiced against all the time had some MAC schools and had like Wyoming, small Division I school.
Who is this guy?
Lars. He ended up going to Yale. He chose Yale because he's a brainiac, a smart guy. He's a lot kids behind up in practice too.
How? What was your strategy?
This guy, y'all better keep him a punt. Don't put him this way. Put him on the other side.
And you know what?
Knowing on the other side.
point, Kyle. Badoop, badoop, badoop. Knowing second place Brad, knowing that when he was in the NFL punting footballs and Pac-Man Jones wanted to fight him, Brad was backing up.
Exactly.
So if you talk trash to Brad, he would have crumbled.
That Brookfield Central boy would have saw that brother from Bay come over here. He would like, Coach, are you sure?
Are you sure? Why do we have a black person on Whitefish Bay?
Wait a minute,
Coach, why'd you put me in the slot against him? Put me back to tight end. I want to go against the white guys.
The difference is Kyle Wallace would start the trash talk, and I would just do one chest shiver, bah, to Kyle Wallace's chest, and it'd be like absorbed, poof.
And then you'd be like, man, how's this cornerback got so much cushion on there? And then you forget your route.
Exactly. Wow, that's the trick.
So you tried to get in my head via talking trash, and then what? Get physical? You a bump and run kind of guy, Kyle?
Man, bro, I wouldn't have been worried about.
Oh, come on! I would say, hey, Bogey, hey, just pump it up a little bit. This short guy, just throw it up. I'll get it.
I would say, why is the punter out here? What is he doing? Like, what are they doing out here? Man?
That's underestimating the opponent, Kyle.
Yeah, I would say, let's just back of the end zone, throw it up. I got you.
All right, I got a beautiful car here, Brad. You have a wonderful partnership with our great friends at Tsunami Express, and you should tell everybody what is going on right now here.
Oh, I sure will, because we are here right now live at Tsunami Express, the Midtown location that's on the intersection of Fond du Lac Avenue and Capitol. I want you to listen to this. Free car washes at this location, the Tsunami Express Midtown Milwaukee location, all the way through September 1st. So you got a big opening to do it. But don't wait too long, because as we've seen here, people are flowing through, taking advantage of their free car wash. And there's so much that Tsunami Express offers. Talking about the memberships, we're all members here. I'm a member. I'm a ceramic member because I like every time I go through the car wash, my car to be looking top notch, no detail left uncovered. And when you get that membership, it's unlimited washes. I could come day after day after day if I want to. And with Wisconsin, you know the car gets dirty, the salt's on its way with the winter. It is something that you're going to want to take advantage of with their state-of-the-art wash technology, their powerful free vacuums. It is an experience, as Ben took you through earlier in the show. It is purely an experience both for you and your car. Tsunami Express, all around the southeastern Wisconsin area, but this location here, the Midtown Milwaukee location, free car washes. So if you want to experience everything that Tsunami Express has to offer, their motto of wash, chill, repeat. That's exactly what you're going to get with Tsunami Express. Check them out and learn more at tsunamiexpress.com.
Live from Tsunami Express, it's Kyle, Brust, and Nortman in the 414 right now, Fond du Lac and Capitol. You should say it right now. Where are we at?
We're in the 414 on Fond du Lac and Capitol, the Midtown Tsunami Express.
Well, pole position brought to you by Great Lakes Dragaway is next. We'll see if we have a worst poll of the week and then answer some of our fellow show's questions all across ESPN Wisconsin next.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
You throw hands?
Do I throw hands?
With T.O.
Will I? No, I throw hands with Andre the Giant, man.
I love you, Lou. That's Lewis from the north side. The north side always knows.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
4394 southbound, right at the ramp from 94 eastbound. We've got the right shoulder blocked with a crash. So heads up with that. It's going to be a bit slow. We've also got an issue on northbound 94 just before the Mitchell interchange. Right lane is blocked with another crash. Another one, actually, it's a disabled vehicle here, 894 southbound, south of Beloit Road. Right lane blocked there. Very heavy delays all the way back to Greenfield Avenue. Another accident, two accidents on 41. One on the freeway itself at Capitol Drive, another one on the Capitol Drive on-ramp to northbound 41. That's got backups all the way to Mayfair Road. And then off the freeway, we've got an accident on Highway 100 northbound right at Center Street. The right lane is blocked on northbound Highway 100, so heads up with that one as well. And check the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, partly cloudy skies, a low of 63. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, warm and more humid, a high of 85. Weather is brought to you by the Racine Raiders. Catch the Gridiron Bowl 2024 on Saturday, August 31st at 7 p.m. at Horlick Field in Racine. Get your tickets now at gridironbowl2024.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Wilde and Tausch.
Did you get nervous as a player, first of all, like, before matchups with Bruce Irvin or whatever it might have been?
Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Also sponsored by American Family Insurance.
He's such a jerk, isn't he? Like, he just can't help himself. He's got perfect kids. They eat all of their vegetables and everything else. And nothing, but Jason loves to throw pot shots whenever he can. Have you noticed that about him?
Weekdays 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
Take me out to the ball game, roll out the barrel, and get up, get out of here, gone. There's nothing like Milwaukee baseball. The Brew Crew is back, and we're here to help you turn your tailgate or game viewing experience into a grand slam. Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor, where since 1960 we have provided the best selection and the lowest prices. We stock literally thousands of varieties of beer, liquor, wine, and mixers. Over 15,000 actually, but who's counting? The point is, you want it, odds are we have it. Combine our incredible selection and everyday low prices with our 2 convenient locations, and you've got your one-stop shop for game day. Discount Liquor in Milwaukee on 51st in Oklahoma, only 10 minutes from AmBam Field, and in downtown Waukesha on Barstow and Maine.
Discount Liquor.
The Gridiron Developmental Football League National Championship is coming. On Saturday, August 31st, the Racine Raiders take on the Upstate Predators from New York. Don't miss out on your chance to enjoy real football for an affordable family rate. Buy your tickets now at GridironBowl2024.com. It's Gridiron Bowl 15. Kickoff from historic Horlick Field in Racine happens at 7 p.m. on Saturday, August 31st. That's GridironBowl2024.com for ticket and event info.
Looking for a better used car interest rate? At Ewald, we make it easy to save thousands during the used car rate reduction event. Get rates as low as 4.9% on Ewald Automotive Group's best used cars. 4.9% on over 600 vehicles at 10 locations. Increase your purchase power with a better used car from the name Milwaukee has trusted for 60 years. Don't wait. Get a better rate. Available to very well qualified customers. Up to $20,000 financed for up to 48 months. See dealer for details. Offer ends August 31st.
Awesome is when a guy can be a guy and get an amazing haircut. That's Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Check out the newest Lady Jane's in Oak Creek on Howell Ave, just south of Putes Road. Walk in anytime, 7 days a week, even Sundays. Ask for Haley. I will make you look and feel great. Take advantage of our grand opening special. Haircuts are just $20. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men in Oak Creek on Howell Ave, just south of Putes Road. Walk in anytime, 7 days a week, even Sundays. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
IKEA in Oak Creek is absolutely amazing, and if you're a college student, you haven't headed out there, you got to before you get to past Labor Day, because you got to make your campus living comfortable, functional, and fashionable this year. They have innovative storage solutions and furniture to maximize the space, fashionable beddings and accessory to make it uniquely yours. IKEA's help making college living truly inspired by you. Qualified college students can get 15% off their IKEA purchases. Visit IKEA Oak Creek or check out the Ready for College section on IKEA.com/US to learn more. Kyle, Brust, and Nortman live from Tsunami Express at Fond du Lac and Capitol in the heart of the 414. Kyle Wallace to my right. Brad Nortman also to my right. UKBN Nation chiming in anywhere, 800-990-3776, or watching us on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee. Every Friday, we go through all the polls our fellow shows have put together, and we answer the questions they need help answering. Let's do it now. Poll position.
Everyone's got their opinions, but we just happen to think some are better than others. Let's hit the polls. This is Poll Position. Pole Position on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman is presented by Great Lakes Dragway, a quarter-mile-long drag strip, plus a drift pad. Even drive your own car on the track. Find full event schedule and ticket information at GreatLakesDragway.com.
All right, Chris, take it away.
Let's kick it off here on pole position with Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, which you can hear 7 to 9 weekdays across ESPN Milwaukee. Where are you on the Seinfeld scale of concern after the Packers' 27-2 loss to the Broncos last weekend? Yada, 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 77%. Oh, I'm stressed, 17%. Or I'm freaking out, 6%.
I want you to put yourself in Monday's shoes. Where were you at on the scale, Kyle?
I was stressed. I was very stressed. Now, I was stress-free today. Yada, yada, yada today, baby.
Yada, yada, yada.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. And it wasn't just the game. It was the practice. It was the total product from start to finish. So I was going to say, I'm stressed. I'm glad to see they responded now. I'm right there with you, Kyle. The yada, yada,
If only
yada.
you were like the fans of ESPN Wisconsin and like Benny Brust, you would have said yada, 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 because you knew the team was going to respond. They are not that bad.
What a difference 5 days makes.
Totally.
But I didn't change my tune.
No, not you.
No,
I'm
you
talking
didn't.
about
Y'all a bunch of emotional, never mind, I was going to say something rude.
Yeah. Keep all that rudeness to yourself.
Chris?
Jerk.
All right, moving on here in pole position as we stick with Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Do you love drama the way Chewy does? Yes, 27%. No, 73%.
What is this poll? Do you like drama? I don't like personal.
No,
I'm going to have to just go with... no, I don't love drama.
Yeah, you're
Particularly
scared of your own
personal
shadow.
life. My personal life, why would I want drama? Yeah, that shadow's going to come up and do something to me that I want it to do. So any level of drama, I'm not
This is
interested
exactly
in.
why if you lined up against him in high school, he had no chance.
Exactly.
No, I would do my play do the talking.
Yeah, you don't like drama. He talking crap to you from DB and you in the slot.
Yeah, I'd be like...
Yeah, you'd be like, all right,
What's
I'm
wrong
going to
with
sit this
this
play
dude?
out and
What's
go
wrong
run
with
off the
this
sideline.
Hey, yo, coach, they're making it easy for me. I like me some drama. You know how I know I like drama? Based off the TV shows that I have. And I told
That's a great point.
I told y'all before, I've been in different relationships, and one time I was in a relationship, and it might be the one I'm currently in now. And early on, I said, dang, this is too perfect. I need a little bit of excitement in my life.
You wanted drama in your relationship?
Kyle? Get mad about something. Stop telling me how great I am. I left something.
Wow.
I need something to get something, spice it up a little bit. Yell at me a little bit. And now I've been
I got a question.
And now, we care now.
Since the start of Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, we're getting close to a year now, has being on this show where I call out some of the things that you say caused drama?
I think it's been an adjustment from her. I think
That's a yes.
I think she had to adjust. And for me, I'm before this, I was very private with my personal life. I really didn't I didn't walk around the office talking about, who I'm dating or what I'm doing on the weekend.
And now on the KVN time capsule, there's a question that says, will Kyle Wallace be engaged by the time the Packer season's over?
Bad decision by me. I should have spoke up and said nah.
So this caused drama?
No, this caused drama. I said for me. I told you. Literally, when I was in the office minding my own dang business, going about my day, and somebody randomly asked me, how long you been in a relationship for? I was like, huh? This is random. And then they showed me I'm taking the time capsule. I'm answering the question. I said, oh, okay. I really don't want to be the focal point. So, yeah, you make mistakes in life.
Yeah, I don't like drama in my personal life.
Oh, stop it, mister. I don't know if that's dirty or something. If baby girl hits up. And she's listening, so.
Am I dramatic on the air? Absolutely. Yes. Do I like to watch drama unfold in TV shows? Absolutely. All I do now is watch trash television.
Yeah, it's good.
It's so good. It's like a bad car wreck. You drive by one, you're like, I gotta see that.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe. Yeah, I'm like Chewy. I love drama. I think maybe
You're sick.
Do
You're
I bring?
sick.
Do I bring drama into the show?
Yes,
of course.
You do.
Of course you do.
Very much so do.
How?
The question doesn't even need to be posed.
How?
Because you're just...
Maybe I'm the problem.
You are. When it comes to this, you are. That voice remind me also of the Matty Mouse voice.
Talk about starting drama.
Ooh, I'm so glad that was a different show. Didn't have my name on it when he did that. He would have tarnished your legacy you worked hard for.
The Matty Mouse?
Guys.
No.
You calling Jordan Love selfish was more detrimental to yourself than anything I've done.
Oh, no. Oh, buddy. I'm going to tell you this right now.
You up on the wall at Lambeau Field with the don't enter.
That pass.
Stop him.
That pass when they take a picture of you and they put it on social media in Green Bay, they always say, that's the same
Burn
guy.
him down!
That is the guy.
You know how companies can buy back their stock? I think the Packers might do a selective buyback to Kyle Wallace's stock.
I would do anything to have that happen.
I would be so upset. Well, I'll let.
If they bought back your stock because they don't because they're upset with you, would you still be a Packers fan?
No, I would understand that it was because of you. And so I would.
No, what if they cited you have been way too negative about the Green Bay Packers? Kyle Wallace, because of your actions and yours alone, we are revoking your shareholder title.
I would tell, first and foremost, you ain't revoking Diddley Squad food from me. And if you want it, buy it back. Yesterday's price ain't today's price. I need $500 for this.
Oh, I would. Only $500?
Well, I mean,
Packers got that money. Ask for $5K.
Mark Murphy's got that in his shoe.
Oh, okay, yeah, $5K. I was just, doubling the price of what I bought it for, but yeah, $5K.
Chris?
All right, moving on here to Jim, Matt, and Molly, which you can hear weekdays across ESPN Madison, 100.5, 4 to 6. Jim Rutledge is trying to break up with his old hairstylist. Should he ghost her or formally break up with her? Ghost her, 74%. Formal breakup, 26%.
26% of people are soft as ever, man.
Yeah, this is even soft for me.
This is 99% should say, just don't show back up or call. Unless you're friends and you're hanging out on the weekend, which would be weird. Unless you're unless you were already friends prior to them being your hair cutter person. I think this is bizarre.
It's so bizarre.
Jim's more dramatic than anybody on the station.
Yeah, that's probably true. You absolutely ghost her. The only way you do a formal breakup is if you've been going there for like a decade and you have formed a relationship.
No, you don't have to do that then either.
Really?
Business is business.
Yeah.
You're paying her. It's not like she's paying you.
And how would that even look? You go there for the haircut, and as you're paying, this is the last one, by the way. Hope you enjoyed it.
No, but why would you only break up if you realize you don't like the haircuts you've been getting, so you don't give them another haircut to botch up and pay them for it.
Yeah, if they botch your haircut, that's when the person who likes drama can say, I don't really like this cut. This is it. This is it.
On the spot.
Yeah, this is it. I would never tell somebody in person, though. I just wouldn't show up ever again.
Yeah, that's certainly the way to do it.
I've ghosted barbers before. I've had the same barber consistently, but then I had another barber that was a little bit cheaper, a little bit more convenient, and I started going to him. One time I was in the middle of getting my hair cut. He had some drama in his life. He said, hold on. He left for 15 minutes.
He did not.
I haven't been back to that barbershop in 15 years. That was probably 2012.
Can I just say
That's
something?
crazy.
This is random, but I was playing in my men's league game 2 weeks ago, and there was 8 seconds left in the game, and they only have refs for the 3 playoff games, none for the regular season.
Oh, wow.
The ref, one of the 2 refs, with 8 seconds to go in the game, these are 2 20-minute halves, he went to the bathroom. He had to go potty. He went to pee.
The old man
couldn't hold it for 5 seconds?
For 8 seconds. And the game was it was over. We were just going they were shooting free throws, get the rebound, it's going to be over.
Did he stop the game?
He stopped. We waited for him.
That is so bizarre.
Crazy, right?
So crazy.
As someone who my bladder doesn't act as it used to, I used to be able to
Why
hold.
is that, Kyle?
Because I'm getting old. That's what happens. You just tend to pee more frequently with older age. You can't hold it like you used to, and you should not hold it. What do you mean?
Yeah, there's some questions being raised.
As Homer said, you gotta get
ain't no
that checked
stinging
out.
or nothing like that, so I ain't concerned.
Ain't no stinking.
No, he said
Stankin with an A. Stankin.
No, stinging.
Stinging.
Oh, stinging. Yes, that would be a very bad sign.
When Brad thought stankin', I mean, my pee stank yesterday.
I drink more water.
I had a ton of asparagus. Last one, Chris, because Homer would not stop talking about this yesterday.
Yeah, we will wrap up pole position here with something that Homer was fired up about yesterday on the Homer Hour, which you can hear next, and weekdays, 5 to 6 across ESPN Milwaukee, ESPN Beaver Dam. Is kicking field goals in the NFL too easy in this day and age? Yes, 20%. No, 80%.
Brian Balaga went on the defense for specialists.
My man.
And Homer is out of his mind saying, it's too easy. I just need to go to Europe and grab a bunch of soccer players who are in the B level and bring them to a camp, and then they'll be kicking field goals like Brandon Aubrey is for the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, I agree with that. I agree. I guarantee you, if you went and found guys over there in England who play soccer professionally, like the B League is the second league to the Premiership over there in England. you can definitely find a whole bunch of field goal kickers now. That's true.
Let me
the
shed some
talk.
light on people. I've seen so many people that have played soccer professionally think they can just go in there. The kick is so much different. The approach is different. The timing's different. To get a guy that can go in there and actually hit a field goal during the game when you need to start, when basically before the ball is even placed down, it's so much different than what they're used to. Very, very, very few can make the leap. That's why Brandon Aubrey is an anomaly of sorts. And the only reason people think
if it was so easy, everyone would be Brandon.
Yes,
Aubrey.
because it's such an attractive job in the NFL. The only reason people think it's too easy is because these guys are so unbelievably good at it. It's like watching Scotty Scheffler play golf. You're like, oh, golf must just be easy. And then you go play golf and you're like, golf is not easy at all.
Guy, so you don't get it.
You're comparing golf to kicking a field goal?
Yeah, they're super similar.
Golf is extremely more difficult than kicking a field goal.
Not kicking footballs at an NFL caliber level.
Chris,
I promise you.
Ask Homer this question for the Homer Hour.
All right.
Is golf harder than kicking a field goal? He's going to be like, who the hell is asking this?
I promise you, if you went over there to England and you grabbed 100 bench warmers from the Premier League and from the second-tier league, I promise you, you would find at least 10 field goal kickers.
No, not guys that are ready to do it today. It would take at least 2 or 3 years for them to get it all down.
All right, fine.
For sure.
Fine.
Committing 2 or 3 years to doing anything is a big deal. So, yeah, they have a little bit of a knack for that high foot. But
why do you think these Australian rugby players are taking over punting?
Yeah, we saw a 90-yard punt from an Australian
because
guy.
they actually punt in that.
Yeah,
like it's actually like they kick a football-shaped object. So it's more transferable than kicking.
Well, that's it for pole position here, presented by Great Lakes Dragaway on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. We're live from Tsunami Express Car Wash. My car is looking crisp and clean, I can tell you that much. Free car washes, come on down. Free tire air. We also got the free vacuums as well, which is massive. I mean, just you get the free car wash, and then you're going to be like, okay, I want that membership now. And they'll take care of you. They got people all waiting around here.
Oh, guess what?
What's up?
I got a text message. Baby girl came and got a car wash, and guess what?
She didn't say hi?
She's coming back. She got a quick car wash, dropped some stuff off for work, and guess what she said? She got her $5 membership for 30 days, unlimited washes.
Let's go.
And then after that, it will turn into her other membership as well. So she is a member of the Tsunami Express.
Kyle, Brust, and Nortman live from Tsunami Express in the heart of Milwaukee at Capitol and Fond du Lac. More KBN with you, KBN Nation, next.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
Craig Counsell bobblehead that was given away, and we, just did a nice, soliloquy? Is that the right word?
Yeah, like a montage.
Like a Virgil.
Vigil?
Vigil. Vigil. A vigil. We did a vigil.
Vigil.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
We have a string of accidents out there. First of all, on the ramp from 94 eastbound to southbound 4394, we have an accident off on the right shoulder. Another one on northbound 94, just as you're getting into the Mitchell interchange. Right lane is blocked on that collector ramp. Another accident on the ramp from eastbound 894 to 94 southbound in the Mitchell. Another one on 41 northbound. We got the ramp from Capitol Drive closed to get onto northbound 41 because of this crash. And off the freeway system, Highway 100 northbound, right at Center Street, the right lane of Highway 100 northbound is blocked. Traffic is brought to you by Fisco Auto Body. Call Fisco Auto Body to help with all body repair needs. Fisco, Fisco, Fisco. And checking the TMJ for Storm Team forecast tonight. Partly cloudy skies, low of 63. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, warm, and more humid with a high of 85. Weather is brought to you by QC Kinetics. Learn how QC Kinetics can use advanced regenerative medicine to treat pain and restore your mobility. Call for a free consultation at 414-285-3474. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
And now for the Pella play-by-play, I'm Jeff Lettering alongside Gina Della from Pella.
Thanks, Jeff. How do you say welcome?
With a new entry door from Pella.
Say it with color.
Like baseball bat oak or foul pole yellow?
Say it with class.
Like following players' unwritten baseball rules.
With clarity.
Like a no-doubter shot off the scoreboard.
And with this great deal, 0% interest for up to 60 months with no money down and equal payments.
That's the ball game. A Pella walk-off.
Schedule your free and home consultation at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. 31-2024.
I'm really looking forward to this.
Me too.
She absolutely nailed it.
Are you talking about Jenny Sambeline? Yeah, Jenny and her pendant, the music in a mother's heart. Hi, Rick. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Monica. Hi, Jenny. Hi, Jenny.
Jenny, we're going to produce your pendant design as a limited edition collector's item and put a few of them in all of our 8 Kessler stores.
Congratulations, Jenny. Wow, this is huge. Jenny, we expect the music in a mother's heart to sell out very quickly.
We'll also make a few available online.
I designed that pendant from the memory of how my mother made me feel when we'd sing together.
How often did that happen?
Constantly. We'd sing along with whatever was playing on the radio, or sometimes we would watch a musical on TV and sing along with that.
At just $124, the music in a mother's heart is going to sell out lightning fast.
I'm buying one.
I'm buying one. I bought the prototype the moment I saw it.
For the location of the Kesslers nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
You've paid too much for that nice ride. Why put it through a gas station car wash when you can treat it to Tsunami Express instead? At Tsunami Express Car Wash, you can expect nothing but the best with unlimited wash memberships, state-of-the-art wash technology, and powerful free vacuums. Tsunami Express is now open in Midtown Milwaukee at the intersection of Fond du Lac Avenue and Capitol Drive. Get a free car wash only at the Tsunami Express Midtown Milwaukee location August 21st through September 1st. Tsunami Express Car Wash. Wash, chill, repeat. Learn more at TsunamiExpress.com.
Do you have a car, boat, ATV, or motorcycle taking up space in storage or your garage? Homer here, asking you to consider donating it to Rawhide Youth Services. Co-founded in 1965 by Bart and Cherry Starr, Rawhide is a local faith-based nonprofit organization dedicated to inspiring and equipping at-risk youth and their families. They need vehicle donations to support their mission of helping troubled youths transform their lives. Visit rawhide.org/donate and learn how you can help today.
Dr. Aaron Holtebeck and his team at Holtebeck Eye Center make vision care a top priority with the latest technologies at their state-of-the-art Brookfield office. Dr. Holtebeck has been helping local patients with their eye care needs for over 20 years. And now, Holtebeck Eye Center is excited to add Dr. Nausheen Abbas to their team. Dr. Abbas is an ophthalmologist and cornea specialist that will join the team starting in September. Located in Brookfield near the corner of Calhoun and Capitol, learn more about their services at holtebeck.com.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Where's that higher love I keep thinking of?
Live from Tsunami Express Car Wash, it's Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. With you, KBN Nation, 800-990-3776. Ben Brust, Kyle Walsh, Brad Nortman, Chris Larson running the show in for Alex Strofe. On the ESPN Wisconsin talk and text line as we started the 414 hour with a debate about the Brookfield Central Lancers and the Whitefish Bay Blue Dukes as our respective hosts here. Brad Nortman defeated the Blue Dukes without a Kyle Wallace with one ACL.
I tore my first ACL my sophomore year, and then I tore the other one, the other leg, going into my senior year.
Yeah, you're the Christian Watson of cornerbacks.
Some bodies just aren't meant to play football.
Well, somebody takes offense to the way that you described your play on the field as when you were out there junior year, that you was Wallace Island.
Oh, yeah, it was. It 100% was.
So let me read this text from Jason in Ashford. Someone needs to tell Mr. Wallace, along with the other abilities he's admittedly lacked, he also lacked availability. And judging by their record, he probably was responsible for as many meaningful losses being on the bench as he was for meaningless wins while playing. This guy's a clown. He claims victory for nothing, but now he wants to talk almost winning while admittingly he was the reason they lost. Shaking my head.
Wow.
Dang,
scathing.
You know, it took a lot of time and a lot of just
I think that's powerful, and I think that's spot on.
It took a lot of reflection.
As we were playing in the part of interruption game,
it took a lot of time for me to get past the fact that I missed my whole senior year because I tore my ACL, and then I didn't, and probably ruined my, Division III or my aspiring D2 career. And I had gotten over those wounds, but this Jason guy in where? Ashford?
Doesn't say anymore.
Dang, Jason, that cut deep. That cut deep.
You know what? They always said, don't let him get to you, man.
It was my fault.
It's hard.
They was
It's
looking,
hard not to let that get to you.
Kyle, you gonna be healthy? You gonna be healthy? I'm gonna try.
My knee.
Week after week. Oh man, Jason, that cut deep, man. The young 17-year-old kid feels the pain again.
This
almost
is therapy.
20 years later.
Jason told you what you needed to hear on this Friday.
Man, that was
so you could move forward into the weekend with a clear mind.
I had moved forward. I had moved forward already. I didn't want to rehash that. I just wanted to live with the fact that it is what it is. That was God's plan, as Drake said. But now he just told me I'm the reason why we lost because I wasn't there.
Oh, wow. That's
meaningless. Jeez Louise, Jason, my goodness. I'm a high school dang near never been, and you just sit there and pooped on me.
I enjoyed every second of it.
Oh,
It's my favorite
man.
text I've read in a while.
Man, that was tough. That was tough.
You all right?
He kept on going.
Hey, you know what? I love Kate. Hey, baby girl. I love Kate.
Hey, Kyle's baby girl.
Kyle's baby girl.
She's going to sit there.
That car looks good now, though.
Yeah, it does look good. Real clean.
Live from Tsunami Express, it's time now for Ben's Same Game Parlay, which I'm calling Best Bet.
It's time for Ben's Same Game Parlay. Sponsored by Potawatomi Casino Hotel. There's a table waiting for you at Potawatomi Casino Hotel. 12 bars and restaurants, a winning seat at 40 table games or 3,000 slot machines, and full-service sports betting. Explore more at paysbig.com.
It's time now, as I am changing this to try and get on a little bit of a streak here. Ron the Key pointed out that when I did bet the Brewers minus 103 with Tobias Myers on the mound, they lost 10-6. So am I cursed?
No, you're not cursed.
All right,
You got the one the day before, didn't you?
I did.
You're cursed for injuries, but not for that game.
Yeah.
All right, well, what I do know is they play a West Coast game against the Oakland Athletics. Yes, it is still the Oakland Athletics. The A's are not as embarrassing as the White Sox are, who have been just embarrassing as all embarrassing. But I look at the over-under of 7.5 runs at minus 108. The Milwaukee Brewers, it's Aaron Savali versus J.P. Sears. Both have an ERA above 4, right? And when I look at the Oakland A's, they have pop. They're not a good baseball team, but they do have some guys in the middle of their lineup that do have pop. It's not like they're going against Tobias or Colin Ray or Freddie. It's Savali, who came from the Rays and has been, he's been okay. He's just a guy. And so when I see 7.5 runs at the over, I do believe that this can get to 5-3. So I'm not picking a side. I just think there's enough pop. The Brewers over the last 7 was like 3.8 runs per game. They've been kind of surviving on pitching. I feel a breakout for the Brewers bats in a convincing win, but I like the value of 7.5 runs. It's not 8.5. I like 7.5 runs over for the Brewers against the Athletics. That is the best bet of the day at Potawatomi Casino Hotel. And as Kyle mentioned, somebody heard it on KBN. They were like, this 2,000 square foot video wall. And I was like, yeah, he wasn't lying, right? Ben knows what he's talking about. The 2,000 square foot video wall is like a movie theater of sports. If you don't even like to bet, it's like having a basement in your home just with a million screens, and you have a comfy chair, a comfy lounge, a bar service, great food at your disposal, and everything else that comes with Potawatomi Casino Hotel. So make sure you check it out. 2,000 square foot video wall. You're going to love Potawatomi Casino Hotel as we head into the greatest time of the year, football season. Over 7.5 runs for the Brewers against the Athletics. Gary Ellerson, GE on a Friday. He's confirmed.
Oh, he's confirmed.
Oh, how about it?
He's next.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
So they are lucky. Those other teams, whether it's Kentucky or whether it's Oregon or was it TCU?
That was TCU.
TCU, they're lucky I didn't play in that game. You got upset by a bad team, TCU.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Tomorrow's business leaders are in our classrooms today. With our exciting programs in business, Junior Achievement of Wisconsin ignites the entrepreneurial spirit in young minds through the development of business plans, the study of market needs, and the experience of real-world applications. Help us foster the next generation of innovators. Learn how you can support or get involved in Junior Achievement's entrepreneurship programs at wisconsin.ja.org. Junior Achievement, inspiring, preparing, succeeding.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Kyle Wallace. Right now at Universal Windows Direct, get 0% financing for 60 months, restrictions apply. For the last windows you'll ever need, go to uwd.com to schedule your free in-home estimate.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
Hey, it's Gabe Neitzel from Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. You've heard me talk about the results mentality has had on my life, but don't just take it from me. Jason has had success too, thanks to mentality.
My only regret is I didn't do it sooner. Knowing once again I've gotten the treatments done and continuing, I do feel, stuff does hurt a little bit more, but I'm 40, in my 40s, and that's going to happen. But again, the energy levels, it is above and beyond. Again, I'm back in that age where I'm like, this is amazing.
Get started today at lowtusa.com.
An ESPN Radio Extra Point with Ian Fitzsimmons.
Aaron Judge. He's one of the more fan-friendly superstars that we have seen playing for, especially a logo team like the New York Yankees. When you're as amicable and friendly and outgoing with not just your fan base, but when you're on the road and he's cognizant of it, that's what makes him even that more endearing to people who don't like the Yankees or hate the Yankees, because it's very hard to hate Aaron Judge. At least for me. I'm a Cubs fan, right? We got one dub in my lifetime. My mom said I can now die in peace because her Saints won a Super Bowl and her Cubbies won a World Series. Because I have seen it all. I am good to go. Lord, take me to sports heaven. Not kidding. And she hates the Yankees, but she loves Aaron Judge. How do you not like the guy? He's the antithesis of Barry Bonds hitting bombs. Bottom line, into conversation.
Lowe's knows saving pros time and money means getting the job done easier. Right now, get up to 50% off select composite decking and railing. Plus, get an extra 5% off every day on eligible purchases when you use your Lowe's business credit card. Because Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows pros. Selection varies by location while supplies last. 5% off are subject to credit approval. Exclusions and terms apply. See store at lowes.com/credit for details.
You've got to watch your NFL team every Sunday, and Verizon's got you covered for all your team's out-of-market games every Sunday afternoon.
Come on!
From kickoff to sign-off, from first downs and touchdowns to turnovers and overturned plays.
After review, the pass was incomplete.
Nice! Let's go!
This season, win every Sunday with Verizon. Get a great deal on NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV and a new phone. Excludes digital-only games. Terms and embargoes apply.
Awesome is when a guy can be a guy and get an amazing haircut. That's Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Check out the newest Lady Jane's in Oak Creek on Howell Ave, just south of Putes Road. Walk in anytime, 7 days a week, even Sundays. Ask for Haley. I will make you look and feel great. Take advantage of our grand opening special. Haircuts are just $20. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men in Oak Creek on Howell Ave, just south of Putes Road. Walk in anytime, 7 days a week, even Sundays. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Tell me.
Brad, hit it.
Oh, it is that time on a Friday. It might even be a payday Friday. And if it is, you got to figure out, where am I going to put that money? Where am I going to feel safe? Where does a true local community bank that I know has my back and is looking to make my life better? Let's Bank 5-9. Bank 5-9 is all around southeastern Wisconsin, and their mission is to make lives better. They make lives better of their community with all their charitable giving and volunteerism. They make lives better of their employees. They've been named again, honored as a top workplace by the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel, and they make the lives better of their customers. It's really like a family because it's a true local community bank that you can trust them. They will be loyal to you. They will take care of all of your financial needs. Bank 5-9 is the place to go for all your financial needs. They're going to make your life better. That's their mission, is make lives better. If you're looking for a true local community bank, look no further than Bank 5-9. Check out bank59.com, member FDIC.
Joining us now on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman is the former Packer, the former Badger. His name is Gary Ellerson. GE, how you doing?
Good. Ben, how are you guys doing?
We're doing fantastic. I mean, as you know, our guy Kyle Wallace is an emotional roller coaster. He was very, very upset with the Broncos joint practice, and then they play well against the Ravens, and all is right in the world. How are you feeling after this entire preseason heading into football?
It's preseason. I'm not feeling any kind of way.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's preseason.
I'm just being like, what is your feel heading into week 1 against the Eagles? Are you like nothing's changed? You're confident? Are you worried? Where's GE's head?
Well, just for the first game, I'm worried. The Eagles are a very good football team. They add Saquon Barkley to the mix. Jalen Hurts, that was a team 2 years ago, Super Bowl team. They still got a lot of talent. They were juggling a lot of people on their coaching staff. Maybe they finally got it right. I like the Eagles. I think the Eagles are a very, very good team. They're probably, if you think about the NFC, they're probably one of the top 2, 3 teams in the NFC that we're going to face right away.
Yeah, I mean, they are a good team. It's going to be a tough matchup to start with. But, Gary, yesterday I said, you know what? If I was Brian Gutekunst, I would trade one of our 4 top receivers. I would for Justin Tucker, the great kicker. Now, hold on, GE. The great kicker for the Baltimore Ravens. Now, the Kansas City Chiefs, they traded away Tyreek Hill, and they extended their kicker, one of the best kickers in the NFL, Harrison Butker. I look at it and say, man, they have an abundance of talent at wide receiver, but lacking at kicker. So it makes sense to make a trade to balance that out a little bit. What do you think, Gary? Is that crazy?
It's purely hypothetical. Purely hypothetical. They ain't trading Justin.
It's not happening.
Give me a name.
Christian Watson.
No, not trade him.
Why not?
No, can't do it. Too much
injury prone. You're still not a potential.
I would not trade Dobbs and Reed. What about Dontavian Wicks? He's proven least of everyone. All of them.
No, I give him Bo Melton and the boys, the Boost, or whatever it is. They can have both of them jokers.
The Boost. The caboose.
Giving him the boot. Would you take that?
Yeah, I give both of them.
Justin Tucker is worth more than that.
I'm not giving up on Christian Watson. No, can't do that.
All right.
As you shouldn't give up on him yet. But, Gary, I do have to ask you a little bit because Ben kind of alluded to it before. It is only the preseason. But after the reports out of the Broncos joint practice and then after the performance that the Green Bay Packers had in the preseason game in Denver and then Matt LaFleur really challenging his football team, you didn't walk away a little bit wanting to see more from this team when it came to the joint practice yesterday?
Let me give you the Denver. Here's the Denver thing. And Matt LaFleur probably made a mistake. But they went into Denver, and Sean Payton was trying to find a quarterback. So they went into Denver, and they were fully loaded. Denver was. Denver was trying to find the starting quarterback of the future. Sean Payton's up against it. He's got to get a quarterback. So those guys were amped up. The play sheet, the play call, everything that they did was really all about the ones. The Green Bay Packers kind of went in there like a daisical. My frontline players are not going to play. That's all on Matt LaFleur. I think if Matt had a chance to do it all over again, he would have done it different. But the reason why the joint practices wasn't good, the reason why the game wasn't good, because that was Matt LaFleur's message to the team. And if you see today where Sean Payton now has already named who his starting quarterback's going to be. So that tells you where they were, Denver, what they were trying to accomplish during training camp, whereas the Packers, they were trying to accomplish as a team that's already set and established.
Talking with Gary Ellerson, GE, the former Packer, former Badger, here on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman to wrap up our show on this Friday from Tsunami Express.
Gary, you're my fellow Badger football alum, which I love you for. And I'm not going to be on next Friday, so I'm going to miss you. So it's my only opportunity to talk to you before next Friday's matchup and start of the season for the Wisconsin Badgers. And I have to ask you, what win total do you expect and would be satisfied for the Wisconsin Badgers this upcoming season?
You know, you and I need to talk about this because I'm not happy with the Badgers.
Expand.
Yeah, I'm not happy. I'm not. I mean, probably 7, 8 wins, baby. I need to see more from this offense. The offense concerns me greatly. When you're going to trot out 4, 5 wide receiver sets, you got to. To me, I'm just talking talent. You got to have at least 2 5-star receivers. You got to have at least 2 offensive linemen that's going to be in the first round. Your running back at least has to be a guy that's on the level of Jonathan Taylor and Braylon Allen. Your quarterback has to be.
Are you asking for us to be Alabama?
No.
And LSU?
Well, no. Alabama's got like 6, 7, 8, 9 of them goes on offense, and their defense probably got like another 8, 9 on defense. I'm just asking for 4. I'm asking for 4. I'm asking maybe about 5 guys. Got to be 5-star players. We have none of that. Do we have an offensive lineman? Do we have an offensive lineman up for the Outland Trophy Award this year?
I think Riley Mallman might be the starting right tackle.
It's a might be. But back to the young man who
there's no one
asked me the
star-studded.
question, he knew who the offensive line. We had like 5 of them. He knew who they were.
Well, GE, how about this? How about this? Brad Nortman will be on the ESPN Wisconsin College Game Day pre- and post-game show. If I know Brad, he started to do his homework a little bit.
Okay.
I think you're asking this question, if I'm reading in between the lines, because you are not confident. Where are you at? Where would you be satisfied, Bradley, with the win total, and where's your confidence level?
I want to see 8 wins. I mean, this team needs it. They're going to play Penn State, Oregon, and Bama. Those are 3 top 10 teams. They're not winning those games.
Damn.
I hope they're not winning those games.
I saw the look-ahead line. There were 7-point dogs or more in all of those.
I want to see them beat one of the 2 of USC, Iowa, also 2 top 25 teams, and then they got to win the rest. So an 8-win team would be satisfactory to me. I'd still like to see more.
Homer put it this way: they play 2 cupcakes to start the season, and then if they go 5-5, that's 7 wins. The over/under in Vegas is 6.5. Do you think they go 5-5? And it's crazy to ask. Well, do you think they go 5-5 after the 2 cupcakes, Gary?
Boy, that's tough.
To be 7-5.
Yes, fine. Yes.
Yes, but it's sad that this is the conversation.
7-5 is the guaranteed right bowl again. It's the Pop-Tart Bowl.
I'm the one who's supposed to overreact. Y'all need to calm down. We ain't even seen the team yet.
Let you talk.
Real quick, Ben Brust, Badger basketball ain't going to be no better.
So he had to take you down too with him.
I ain't taking me down. He's taking GG down. GG been recruiting his butt off, bringing in people from all over the place. I like the change of direction, bringing in Kirk Penny for a better role in the offense. But GE, you bring the opinions, bring the heat, and that's why people don't go anywhere. Because in 2 minutes, it's Gary Ellerson, it's Homer, it's Chris Larson. For the Homer Hour, it's been KBN from Tsunami Express. Come on down for a free car wash. 2 minutes, Homer Hour next.
Lots of accidents out on the road right now. We've got one on 94.